Yo, welcome to Knicks at Night. I'm your co-host, Stephen Fox. Our host, founder, and leader, Uncle Freezy, will be here soon. Well, the reality of the level of talent on our team is being exposed, and we got blown out tonight by the Nuggets 114-89 as our record falls to 5-5, and now we've dropped back-to-back games. Although Randle was spectacular and did his part with 29, 10, and 5, which pretty much negated Jokic's 22, 10, and 5, and RJ's 9 points was equal to an off night for Jamal Murray, who also scored 9 points. Our bench was terrible. They were outscored 54-21. This after being outscored by OKC's bench a few nights ago, 48-24. And we wonder why Tibbs is playing RJ and Randle so many minutes. To make matters worse, we only had 6 3-pointers tonight, which was 28.6%, and we didn't have a single fast break point. We'll go over the game. We'll recap the players' performance with the video panel and live chat. And now let me just do a quick shout out to my family. Hey, Quiet Money, salute to you. Salute to Ismail Rivas, my brother from the Bronx. Simmer Singh's in the building. Lily Phillips, Anuti 25, Felipe 210.5. Hope all is well. Salute to you. Kodak Vlogs, Stephen Okongwu, Okongwu, Our Future Gaming, Hope is all as well, .om. Wow, it was a tough game, but the reality of our talent that we've been talking about. And also, I don't know if Chuck will be on the game tonight, but I need him to pick some lottery tickets for me because I'm pretty sure earlier I joined in the chat room. Hi, Kev. I joined Guillermo in the chat room to watch his show, and I think he almost nailed the exact score we were going to lose by, and he also nailed the number of points that Kevin Knox was going to score tonight. So if you're listening, Charles B., Chuck, and whatever the people's champion you want to call yourself, you did a pretty good job predicting some stuff tonight. So, hey, Josh, Uncle Fulio, hope all is well. Salute to you also. Oh, boy, Kev. How are you, my friend?
I'm great. Just, another day.
Activity.
Got to do.
So, hey, Randle was spectacular tonight. You can't put anything on that guy. Huge game. Just a couple of statistics I saw tonight. Randle. Hey, Guillermo, great show tonight, man.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, did you hear me make did you hear my comment? I don't know if you heard it. I think Chuck nailed on your show, not almost the exact score we were going to lose by, but the exact points that Knox was going to have tonight.
Oh Lord, Steven, why are you trying to get me in trouble with Kevin? I gave Kevin the
no.
branch.
What's this? I'm talking about Chuck. I'm not talking about Kevin. I'm saying.
No, but here's the thing about Chuck.
If I say Kevin Knox had orange sneakers, like Kevin's gonna kill me. I'm trying to come in peace. You know what I'm saying?
If you say anything to Chuck about Kevin Knox, he'll say he had the same amount of points every single game. So I wouldn't take a lot of advice from Chuck because he'll give you the same numbers. He'll give you the same numbers. This is the guy who thought we were gonna be like 0 and 10 probably. No, he thought we were gonna be 1 and 9.
No, he said. I think he said 3 and 7. I think. The first thing he said 3 and 7.
So I mean, if you want to take numbers from Chuck, go ahead. Throwing away money.
I mean, he did hit once. He hit tonight. He was very close with the points. That was very spooky.
Man, Chuck gets nothing. You don't get nothing. If you saying we 1 and 9 and we 5 and 5, you get nothing. Ever. Look, Guillermo. Hey, look, Guillermo. One thing about you is like this here. I know you like to break down the game, and I give you that. But sometimes in winning times, people don't like to break down the game. But it's easy to break down games when we lose. I'm not calling you out. I know. But I just want you to know that I am not. But look, you be right. But we need to see you, bro, when we win too, on the breakdown of the right. What we did right to win.
And I have a show. Well, I've been so busy, so I have to do. But I had a series, The Good, the Bad, the Knicks. And,
all right, yeah.
And I had two sections. Mind you, I had
the bad, the Knicks.
I had two sections. The good part and the Knicks part usually were good parts. I never really did parts on the Knicks parts that were bad. It was like, hey, here's what the strategy. So I give them credit. I give them credit when they do good. Even when they lose, I've been doing good, bad, the Knicks for the ones.
Look, but Guillermo, we know that like 5 straight 3-pointers is not the norm. Right. You know, if anybody know basketball, they know that that's not going to happen. But when it does happen, we need to be happy because it's our team that done it.
Rob, I think, were you on there at the end of the show, bro? I was screaming. I threw down.
No. I'm not saying you. I didn't say you.
But Rob, you're expecting Chuck. Chuck is Rob. I don't know if you ever saw the Player Haters
Chuck
Ball.
Is a troll.
Yes, that's what he is. If you ever seen the Player Haters Ball on Dave Chappelle, that is Chuck. It doesn't matter what is going on. You come in with a new outfit, he's gonna hate. You got a new girl on your arm, he's gonna hate. Chuck is a hater. You just gotta accept that. So when things go bad, he will sound right. But when things are good, you know Chuck is quiet, right?
Yes.
So you can't. Some people are just they're creatures of hat like that. It's Chuck. You know what I mean? Where are you, Chuck?
Yeah. Hey, fellas, I heard a couple of little tidbits tonight of actual points that this one was the impact of Tibbs. I'm not talking about. I'm trying to be as cool as positive tonight. I'm trying to get a little rubbed off from Kevin Wright for some positivity, but. Randle reached 7 assists 7 times in 9 games so far this season, and he reached 7 assists 5 times in the last 2 seasons.
The one thing I don't like, and we'll get about this, there's no God-given reason why Julius Randle played 38 minutes tonight.
You're right.
We'll get into that later, but that is down 20-something points. Have it on the first leg on the back-to-back should not have happened.
You're wrong. Let me tell you why you're wrong.
Not wrong.
Hey, let me just finish this last thing about Randle. He joined Oscar Robertson as the only 2 players in NBA history to score 200 points, 115 rebounds, and 70 assists in their first 10 games of the season. So he's in some, not only this season, but historically, the man's playing at a very high level. Sorry, Rob, take it.
Hey, look. Julius is not the problem, but look, guess what? In order to keep a winning culture, you got to keep winning players on the floor. Julius Randle is a winning player, and he showed it all night today, even though he was down. But he shows that he bought in. So to sell to the fans that this man has bought in, he has to be on the floor.
Fans aren't questioning if Julius Randle's bought in or not. The thing is, he should.
We have 72 game schedule, man. Why?
Exactly. In the first game of a back-to-back, Julius down 20 points. And we're not coming back. Julius should not be in there for 38 minutes.
This is the culture. See, that's the old culture, Kev. This is the
new culture.
The new culture
players to the ground. As much as injuries are building up already, you want to take that risk?
Yes.
Wow. Wow, you want to take a risk on playing them more minutes than they need to play.
Look, he's 26. Y'all can talk
about. How old was Markelle Fultz?
Hey, look, y'all can talk about
them. Just tore his ACL.
Minutes. Y'all can go all on 40 minutes.
Thomas Bryant just tore his ACL and younger than Julius Randle.
I am not a fan of that.
And Bogdanovich fractured his kneecap tonight.
26 in NBA years is not the same 26 as us, bro. It's a lot older because their wear and tear is a lot more than ours. So you can't look at it like that.
Hey, fellas, hold on a second. Chuck, am I wrong, Chuck? But you made 2 on the dot predictions on Guillermo's show tonight.
Oh Jesus, man!
Why are you doing this? Steven is troll. Why are you gassing up Chuck? Don't.
Yes.
Why? The truth don't lie. The man, I think, almost had the exact score we were going to lose by.
In 9 other games, how many exact scores has Chuck got right? You called him out of know?
Hey, when somebody wins the lottery, do you talk about how many times they lost or how many times they won?
Exactly.
I want you tomorrow to do the same thing with Chuck. Okay, tomorrow I want you to do. I want him to predict, and I want you to do the same thing tomorrow.
The man is on and he also said, "Tell me if I'm wrong." He said, "Listen, with Knox,
6 of 15.
That's my boy." He said, and you nailed the 6. He says most of the time it's 6. Every once in a while he'll get 15. And I'm like writing notes, and I went, darn, I need this guy to do some lottery tickets for me, man.
How is saying anywhere between 6 and 15?
No,
He
I
said
said
that
What is that?
15's
That's
the
a range.
15's the anomaly. He usually gets around 6. That's what Chuck said.
Yeah, I didn't say in between. I said 6 or 15.
Wow, he's gonna get 6.
Give the man
or
some
15.
credit.
I'm not giving him credit for that.
Show
That
some love
Doesn't
to Charles
matter.
tonight.
And he got 6.
is
So
absurd.
I salute you, Chuck.
Thank you, sir.
So
That's the only time you're gonna get that. And nobody else in this panel doing that.
Quick shout out to the chat. Robert Parr, how are you? Hope all is well. Pedro Matos, Kevin Bergan, Amara Ayer, Chef NYK. Salute right back to you. Delano Steele, always a special shout out to you. C Mac. Let's see. Ronald Miller, one of the people that asked the great questions. I saw you on a couple shows today in the last few days. You're awesome. Frederick Kaiser Soze again. Yeah. Hope all is well. App Trader. And let's see. Just going through. I'll get to a lot of you later. The new Knicks. Hope all is well. I'll get to you later, but thanks, family. And just please a reminder to hit those like, subscribe, and remind the bells so you don't miss out on any Knicks at Night and Knicks Morning Drive broadcast. And please share this link on your favorite social media platform so we can grow the Blarns Tears family. And thank you for getting us over the 1,230 subscriber milestone. 1,500, here we come. We greatly appreciate it. And again, just a quick shout out to the best mods in the land, Sima Singh, Bodega Wi-Fi, and the new Knicks. We appreciate all you do. So, fellas, you know the format. I'll kick it off with you, Mr. Wright, at a high level. Talk about your thoughts about the game tonight.
I don't even know where to begin. It was a bad game. We were down. You could tell. Like, I don't know if it was the energy just wasn't there. It's like we tried to force them into our style, and then they're like, no, we're not doing that at all. And then we have no will. We have nothing to impose our will on a good offensive team to force them to play our style of basketball.
A good offensive team, meaning we have one of the best players in the league have an off game at 9 points, Jamal Murray.
Yes.
And we still got blown out. And Jokic scored 22, just meaning, so as I opened up with, pretty much Randle negated that, and RJ having another Brick City night, his 9 points negated Jamal. And as I said earlier, 54-21 off the bench. We got demolished, and the other night, OKC 48-24. We got demolished. So as I said, and we're wondering why Tibbs is playing minutes on these guys. He has nobody to go to.
It's not. This is the thing, and I'll say this about Tibbs, since he's like the coach, so we don't really get on that. I don't like his rotations, like at all. Like, it's either, because here's the thing: the people on the starters who he wants to rely on, the Bullocks and Paytons and RJ, is like, okay, when we're down or whenever, it's like, let's just put them back in, and because they're the starters and they'll get us out this hole. And it's like, well, they're not that good to get us out this hole. As a matter of fact, they're the ones who dug this hole in the first place. So all they're doing is just digging it deeper.
Yeah, but tonight, I think when the second team got on, the lead just went.
The thing about the second team is Noel's not giving you nothing. Like, Noel gives you nothing, and Quickly's looked out of it. And Knox is like, if he's not in the flow of everyone else, and this is me being critical on Kevin Knox. I want y'all to write this down in this moment of history.
Whoa.
If Kevin Knox isn't in the flow of the offense and he's not playing off of everyone else, then he's going to struggle too. So the people around him aren't doing anything. You can't expect Kevin Knox to be the one to pick up the slack and put everyone on his back. Like, Kevin Knox, I guess, using an analogy, is a prototypical Robin. He's never, ever, ever going to be Batman. Like, never.
He's never going to be Robin.
You know what? You misunderstood the analogy I'm trying to make.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Clearly, you did by blurting out that he's never going to be Robin because you don't understand what I'm trying to say.
I do. He's the butler.
Well, the butler isn't going out there fighting crime. So in this analogy is you're not. You know what? I'm not even getting this because you're messing me up. Anyways, so you need someone like Burks out there to everyone else can feed off of what he can do in his shot creation. Because quickly is, I don't know if this is just a rookie slump and it's one of those roller coasters where it's up and down, but Reggie Bullock and Elfrid Payton. So I don't know. I think it was Jonathan Macker who said this because the starting unit has 2 bad shooters and 2 non-shooters in the starting rotation. And
somebody's pardon.
Someone must be watching Coming to America or something.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Rob, go on mute.
You stepped away. I forgot what I was going to say. So yeah, that's how it is. And like I said, how of the first 10 games, how many of these games have we been down and had to come back because the starting unit can't score? There's no other than Julius Randle. There's no other consistent scorer in the starting lineup, and we're playing 4-on-5 because Mitch isn't giving you any offense. Anything you get from Mitchell Robinson on the opposite side is a plus. You should really just count him for nothing because he's if he doesn't set him up for alley-oops or putback dunks, he's giving you nothing. So we're already playing short-handed. And so if Elfrid Payton has a typical Elfrid Payton game, and RJ is having, I guess now you can say a typical RJ Barrett game, then what do you have? I mean, the unit can't score. And for Tom Thibodeau, and I said this, and this is something that Chuck agreed on, Tom Thibodeau will not change his rotation. He will not do it. It's like he will not substitute anybody out until like 3 minutes or 2 minutes left in the first quarter, and we're already down. It's like, well, you literally could have changed something up before then to get some kind of spark, just to see if something happens before we get to this point. But he won't do it. He will not do it. And I guess that's all I got to say about the opening tip.
Yeah. Take it, Guillermo. Hey, Rob, can you hear me? Go on mute, man. You've been doing this gig too long, man. Go on mute.
I'm sorry. That's my bad.
I know it is. Take it, Guillermo.
I'll just say this. I actually had no problem with this game. I think that we had the wrong expectations going into the season. This was a season of development of the guys that we have here. They are rebuilding this team. So when I look at certain players, Mitchell Robinson had no fouls tonight, 30-some minutes. That's growth. That's something that.
No, it's not. You get 6 fouls for a reason. I'm old school. I'm not saying the foul out, but you crack that guy that you're guarding 3 times. You got 6 fouls. Get him 3 fouls. That you crack the guy in the arm. I'm all about.
No, Steven. Look,
that's
Steven,
not.
I can't go with you. Guillermo, let me check him right quick.
All right, go ahead.
Guillermo is right. Because every time Mitchell Robinson get a foul on the 3, you calling it. You saying, "Oh, he shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done this. He shouldn't have done that." When he's in defense, but in this game right now, he got schooled. But that was a learning experience. I agree with Grandma 100%. He showed what a center at that position can do to you. But there's not many of them around that can do what the Joker did.
And
he's special. I know that.
And he had I think he only had 5 or 6 rebounds, which is upsetting. But again, with Mitchell Robinson, you're talking about a guy that was here with Fizdale. He was a shot blocker in terms of his talent, but a guy who couldn't stay on the floor because of foul trouble. DJ comes, he improves it. DJ leaves, he reverts back. Right? Tom Thibodeau, and with Mike Miller too, he reverted back too. Tom Thibodeau comes, and you're starting to see improvements, right? The guy can stay on for 41 minutes. The guy can exhibit better fundamentals. Let's be serious. As much as we love the 90s Knicks, when Marcus Morris was here, and him and Elfrid Payton went after Jay Crowder, it was in effect. What did that do for anybody, right?
No, that was the right move.
What,
When you're in your house and you're getting beat and the game's over and somebody's spitting in your face like Jay Crowder did and they're trying to run up the score on you, you make a foul like that to say, don't do that in my house.
I would never hit a guy in the air because how you come down to your spine or anything like that, that's cowardice. You know, you confront the guy standing up.
Ball player.
You come to his face, stand up. You don't hit a guy in the air when they're defenseless. So again, what we were doing last year, it did nothing because we didn't win, right? So again, when I'm looking at certain players, people say, he's taking 11 shots. In the first game, I've seen him take that. RJ singing this, right? And I'm looking at these guys, these young kids, and what do we want? Do we want development or do we want to win? Because I have a feeling that if we lost all the games we won, we won them, but we lost them closely. But you saw the development. I think that people will be looking at this team a little bit differently. We went 5-3, and everybody was thinking, "Oh, this is a playoff team." We're not a playoff team. We're not this uber talented team, right? We're talking about the Nuggets. People are going into the Nuggets talking about, "Oh, we have a chance." It's like, bro, these guys went.
They were almost in the finals last year.
Finals. They shot 42.9% from the perimeter this year. Like we have to be realistic with this team. This is an evaluation year. So when I see little improvements from guys here and there, if I see ugly games by guys and Tom Thibodeau trying to get them in positions to work on certain things, I have no problem with it because come time next year, that's when you can evaluate. You were doing all the things that Fizdale should have been doing his first year, taking all the picks and all the players of the past regimes out here and all the guys he picks and evaluating. What is a prop offensive system that we need? How can we play defense? What's the most effective? Where should this person be? Blah, blah, blah. Who should we draft? Who should we sign? Versus you don't know what you're doing. You don't do anything. And then you go into the next season and you sign 4 power forwards. You know what I mean? So, again, everything right now is evaluation time. I have no issue. Now, look, the perimeter defense, like I said, Rob, I told you, you run into a team that can hit threes. They shot 42.9%. The Knicks have
I never had a problem.
You called me out, Rob.
Look, Guillermo. Didn't I always say this here? We're going to beat teams that we shouldn't have beat, and we're going to lose to teams that we don't need. That's going to win.
That wasn't the point.
Thing is
Rob called me out when I was talking about the 3-point percentage, opponent's 3-point percentage. He said, why can't I ever talk about, like, could there be something?
No,
I said, Rob.
I don't see you. The only reason why I said that, bro, was this here. Because you and, I'm going to keep it 100, you and Block, y'all want to come when we lose. When we win, I can go to your podcast and
that's not fair.
I can talk,
bro. Look, I come on to. I
only thing I'm saying is this here.
I come. No. You're not gonna speak. You're not gonna lie my name. Let me clear up everything.
I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
I ain't seen you or Chuck.
Rob. I was here last night till 3-4 a.m.
Yes, I was with you. But
right,
before then, when was the last time you was on
Rob,
here?
Rob, let me help you out. So I work at an investment firm. I have to wake up at 8. Me staying on here till 4 a.m. is not good for my health. I did it for probably 2 weeks straight. Huh?
That was a Saturday.
No, but hold on, Rob. You don't know when I'm on because Stephen Fox could tell you. I don't even know like when we win. I don't know when I haven't been on. I was here for the Atlanta Hawks game. I don't know. Stephen Fox can bear witness. I'm here when I can.
You make sure you got time for your show.
Yes, because it's my show.
Okay, then.
But he's supporting others.
Rob. There's a difference between supporting a show that, again, I have an early job. This is a late night, and I was coming on the Christmas and holiday week every day with work, waking up at 8 a.m. and then supporting the morning show, even when I can't show my face. I'm in the chat to be like, hey, salute, guys. So you get my likes and you get that I'm in the chat. To sit here and say that I support the team when we win or lose, that's hogwash. I'm here almost every night with a job that
morning
here at 8. I got to be up and it's not healthy. So if I'm taking off days, it's not because we win or lose. It's because I need to get help or I'm going to be waking up not able to work and I'm screwing over my job for something on YouTube, like, and no offense to the show, I love the show, but my job is my job. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't make any sense. I come on when we have good games. If anybody watches my show, if you see me act like a freaking animal when the Knicks are winning, everybody could bear witness that I act. Chuck, you bear witness to me. I even get on Chuck. I'm like, yo, Chuck, So when quickly did something good, why didn't you say something there? I get on Chuck all the time. I have no idea what you Rob. You are tripping, bro. But suit to the show. I love the show.
Okay,
I gotta wake up early. So all this,
And we appreciate all you do, Guillermo. Honest, we do.
Hey, look, you know I love you to death. I met you through, nothing but Knicks, no doubt. So,
yeah, but Rob, you gotta stop thinking that I'm being this pessimistic.
No, but listen. Can you listen a second? Maybe I had that part wrong.
Both parts.
I want you to show up when we win too, because it just be us.
He does show up.
I do show up. What are you talking, Rob? Everybody's
I be here.
Coach Colorblind.
I don't see
He doesn't
you.
come on a video chat.
I don't see him either.
But you know, hold
me,
on,
Steve,
but Coach,
Kev, Chuck, you ain't here either,
bro.
That's a lie.
He's here almost every night.
Line number 23.
Chuck, hey, look, Chuck
Thank
show
you.
up. Chuck
All the
show up
time.
when we lose.
No.
Show up when we win.
Oh my God.
We literally
Chuck, you don't show up.
Game. We were getting on Chuck because Chuck was getting on. He had 16 points. We were here after the Hawks game, bro.
What are you
Who
talking?
had 16 points when you guys show up?
I could tell you something I said about every win. What are you talking about?
No, you don't show up over here. I may have heard you say that over on another podcast. You don't show up here when they go.
Chuck is almost
It may not be of Chuck's fault. He may not have been able. We're locked out sometimes, getting out the link and stuff like that.
Dennis Smith Jr. I have not seen Chuck since Dennis Smith Jr. Now, Guillermo, you another way. Yo, you know you my bro, but Chuck, he don't show up.
Look,
when they lose, look.
All you got to do is go to the thumbnails or the whatever you call them.
But also look at Chuck's involvement in the chat, man. He's
yes. No, I need to see his face.
You crazy.
I'm so confused. I don't know.
So just real quick, Guillermo, before I kick it to Rob for the overview of the thing is Josh, your arch nemesis, said you can develop and win at the same time. They don't have to be mutually exclusive.
No,
He copied me. That's not exactly what I said. He copied me. If he copied me, I need to copyright some of this stuff.
I was about to say you're in trouble, Josh.
But guys, that's not the point. Is that what do people want? Do we want to sit here and because people was like, oh, when Burks gets back again, Burks is a solid player. He's 29 years old. In my eyes, older because wear and tear, and he's been injury prone in the past.
His whole career.
I'm more concerned about development. Again, we do not have this talented team. Josh, the same person who said that we don't have a talented team. When Josh talks, don't bring up quotes from him. I destroyed him. I don't want to hear from Josh. Don't bring him up. But just to answer his question, you can win and develop, but we don't have a team that has high talent. If you had a team like, say, the Kings, you draft a guy like, say, Halliburton. That's a team that has some talent. They've been bad in the past, but you probably need better coaching to elevate them. So you have guys who can develop and win because their talent can do that for them. Now, obviously, it's early in the season. But again, we are not we're not that talented of a team. Literally, Randle, if you take Randle out the game, our offense takes a nosedive. That tells you how talented we are. That we don't have any.
No, I do not agree with that.
Hey, Rob, I said that
at the same time. Thibodeau was coaching up these guys to the fullest of his abilities.
He's the best player. Guillermo.
So we are
Guillermo, no doubt. He's the best player.
Yeah, but Rob,
Guillermo, no doubt.
Rob, on Guillermo's show tonight, before it started, I sent him a chat while he was talking that said, hopefully the Nuggets are going to be tired. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night for the Knicks. And we're brothers like this. We've been saying this since the beginning of the season that an elite a team with elite talent that plays as a team will beat a mediocre talented team, a mediocre talented team all the time. So tonight and last, we're getting exposed for the reality of the talent on this roster. And all the other, Randle has a S on his chest. He's doing all he can, but he's also at a point now that he's doing things too much, trying to take it on his back. So there's only so much you can do with this team. The reality is we have a limited talent pool.
Number one, that's wrong. Okay. He just don't have a number two. So you really look at the number one.
He does have number two. Shit all over the place.
See, look at this. Hey, look.
That was actually
See,
great.
look at this. Look at this here. Look at it like this.
Yeah.
Okay, just say for instance, Randle showed as a number one, but he's not a number one. What the hell that make RJ look at trying to be a number two? Maybe you're a number three. But we putting him up there like he's a number two. We see, if you're going to look at Randle in the game that he played, okay, we don't have a number two anyway.
I made this.
RJ, that's anybody coming up. We say Randle is the number one. Do RJ look like a number two? Tell the truth.
He is to me, but the wrong number two you're thinking about.
But no. Oh, yeah, that too. That's what he's looking like. So we got a number one. We got a number one posing as a number two. We got a number two posing as a number four. Because Randle is still getting his thing. He getting the job done.
You said that wrong.
What is RJ doing to help the team to say that he's a number two? He looking like, to me personally, he's looking like Hardaway.
No,
back in the
he's looking like Elfrid Payton.
Okay, so we got a number one. We don't have a number two. So get off what RJ is doing, because he's not giving us nothing consistent. The only one giving us something consistent is Randle. So we need to reevaluate what we look like.
Hey, Chuck, can you bring in some truths to this?
RJ,
so he gonna agree. Agree.
Well, I think he heard me, because I said, Randle. I said we need to upgrade the talent till Randle is the second option and RJ is maybe the third or fourth. Until then, we won't have a steady winner. Wow.
I believe you, Chuck. Hey, Chuck, this is the first time me and you agree.
Well, if you was on the side of truth, you would agree more.
Nah, not really.
Yeah, because that's what I do.
Okay, so on this point, let's keep it moving.
Yeah, RJ's 9 for 45 from three.
But can I ask a question on that? So, do you want RJ to become a better shooter?
I want him to be a better player.
No, but do you want
answer the question?
Do you want to become a better shooter?
Yes.
So what does he have to do to become a better shooter? He's literally playing, what is this, game 10? No, hold up. He's played game 10. We played 6 games last year.
Can he shoot?
Hold up. He has not even finished his rookie season. If you think about it. No. You give it. Hold up. You giving caveats to everybody else, which is fair, right?
No, I'm not. I don't think RJ can shoot.
But and back in the day, Jaylen Brown couldn't do it, and he's become a good shooter. So, do we want RJ to become a better shooter by taking those opportunities, getting the ugliness out? Again, he's working with Drew Hanlon. It takes time to improve your shot in the NBA. Do you want to see him at least attempt to improve his shot? Now, I think taking 7 threes a game is not the way to go. He took 3 today, missed all 3. Do we want him to become a better shooter and develop, or we want him to just be the finished product and just work on being a finished product and try to win with that without him developing to what he could be?
Yeah, and you know what, Guillermo? Part of my concern was not the threes he missed, but the 7 shots he missed in the paint.
Yeah, I agree. And Chuck brought up a great point on my show that, when RJ Barrett goes, he favors his left. And when he goes up to the basket, look how far he is away from it. So it's like
he lied to the program and said that he's right-handed. That's a lie.
It don't make a difference. He's missing. He's shooting blanks regardless what hand he's using.
You know what they say? Look, let me tell you this. This is what they said about RJ when he came out of college. When they asked all the players who was going to be the bus, they said it was going to be RJ. And these are the AAU players, everybody that played with him. this is what they said.
Did you say bust or bust?
Was going to be RJ from his peer group, not us. Everybody that played with him from AAU all the way through college, they said that RJ was going to be the bust.
There's a long list of guys that were stars in AAU and everything and hit the NBA and never made it.
But these are his peers. This is what
he's also said. I'm so confused by this chat.
Yeah.
That's what I like about some of you guys, because it's like you guys have your favorite. Like RJ Barrett, I
have no favorite.
His intangibles move me. That's why I like him. But if the guy's doing bad, I'm not sitting here vouching for him. But how's it that RJ Barrett, who this year and officially he's still averaging 17 points, I think around close to 4 assists and 5 rebounds, whatever, right? He's still doing
9 tonight, actually. Yeah.
17 points, but yet, and I'm not coming at anybody in particular, Kevin, right before you kill me. But y'all make more excuses for Kevin Knox. This is his 3rd year in the NBA. But
nobody making no. But you holding the ball, Guillermo. You holding the ball.
We're like, yo, he's having these bad stretches of games on a team that really doesn't have many other companies.
He's holding the ball.
RJ Barrett, he might be a bust. Like
no, I'm saying RJ is holding the ball. Kevin Knox is not holding the ball.
Kevin Knox is not getting the ball. They don't trust him. Wait, RJ Barrett's holding the ball.
Yeah, look. I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking at it like this here. You take Kevin Knox. You put him to the side.
I was just saying that I just don't use that narrative. They don't trust Kevin Knox. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
About Kevin Knox. I meant to say you're talking about RJ.
That's what I meant to say. I'm not coming at it.
RJ is not delivering.
He's not delivering.
It's a second.
Right. Okay.
You know what, fellas?
Delivering.
Hey, Freezy, you want to say something? I don't know if he's bringing somebody else in the chat. I can't see him.
Just to switch things up, I don't know. Did you watch the show? Did you watch last night's show, Steven?
Last night's.
Oh Lord! Oh,
I don't know.
I just want to see if you caught last night's show to see what transpired.
You guys are out of my league. The marathons you do, I'm old. I can't do that. I have to sleep on the nights I'm off.
We need you on this one.
About 3 hours in the show, you need to go back and.
Freezy sets up everybody, but when he tried to challenge Kevin Wright on Starks being Kevin Wright said he's the main reason why we lost Game 7 94. Freezy didn't want to take the challenge, so Freezy has been ducking a few people in this chat, and he ducked somebody else. I forgot who else he ducked later that night.
Hey, Guillermo, say that again.
You gotta enforce that,
yeah. You can ask Chuck too. We
can go
and battle. We
can battle. Guillermo, say that again. What happened?
So Kevin Wright challenged. Freezy was talking to Kevin Wright about John Starks, and they were debating each other about John Starks being the main reason why we lost Game 7 when he went 2 for 18 in Game 7 against the Rockets. And everybody said, "All right, you two debate," because Freezy likes to make everybody else debate. And everybody, we're like, hey, and Freezy kept, making excuses. Oh, I don't want to kill Kevin Wright. And Kevin Wright's like, nah, I'll kill you. Let's go. and Freezy dunked him.
Wow, he did that.
I love my hero, man.
Kevin Wright has a wicked left hook, man. You don't want to get in the way of his left hook. So maybe Freezy was smart.
About that last night, I was fervent. Like I was like.
I didn't see that. I'll have to go back and watch the replay.
More further than Knox.
How far was that in, Kev? I'll check it out.
It's about a good 3 hours in, probably.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Well, it was about 30 minutes of ducking, though.
Yeah. We went back for about 30 minutes trying to get this debate, and even people in the chat was going crazy about it.
Calling them
you was ready.
I was ready for that.
He was ready.
I was ready for that.
You think the Knox thing is anything? It was better than not. Like he was more behind John Starks being the scapegoat versus Kevin Knox. Like Kevin Wright is form.
Our boy Alloys.
Hey, look, I tell you just like you said,
Kevin Duckworth.
John Starks was the scapegoat because he shouldn't have had the ball.
Freezy new name is
that
Duck.
was Ewing. That was Ewing to win that for us. The number 1 pick. You look at Game 7. Starks get 18 shots. What you doing?
He got to the 7th game though. If he didn't do his heroics in earlier games,
That was Ewing game to win.
If Starks hits that three that Olajuwon tipped, if he hits
The
that,
only thing is this.
Hey, look, if Knox would have won that game, Knox would have been in the Hall of Fame. If Knox would have won that game, he would have been in the Hall of Fame.
If John Starks had a normal,
that was Ewing.
If John Starks had a typical regular John Starks game, we would have won.
That's on him. He showed too much loyalty. He had knee issue and everything.
It was pass the ball to a package bagger.
Again.
Did he have?
Let's get back to this.
Was the number one
game. Hey, Kev, so let's kick it off.
Nah. Hey, look, that game hurt me so much, Steve. You don't even know.
I do. So much. Talking about it all these years later.
Man, look, I'm telling you, man. That was Ewing all day. That was Ewing all day. You the number one pick. I seen now. Look. Check this out.
Ewing was great, but you can't do nothing next to the game.
Hey, look. Let me give you some of this flavor. Let me give you some of this. You remember when they lost to Houston, right? When John Thompson brought them all out on the chairs. Georgetown over there, they tripping. They over there looking real silly. But John Thompson made them come back on the floor. It was the attitude. And that same attitude showed why Ewing didn't get a ring. It was, you should have dunked, but you get the finger roll. Look, it's a lot about Ewing. We had the first one, and we had the best player. But guess what? We didn't know that he was offensively sound like that. And then we get all that. And then when it get down to where the money is at, he did not deliver. Ewing did not. Now, I love him to death, but he did not deliver. And anybody as a New York Knicks fan say that Patrick Ewing delivered? No, he didn't. He won one ring out of 4 when Georgetown was supposed to get all 4. They didn't got one.
There was a guy in North Carolina that had a difference of opinion with him.
All right. I think, hey, look, that wasn't the only one that they lost.
Yeah.
You know, look, Patrick Ewing, I love him to death, but my man is Bernard King. You need to go back into, even though he didn't even get there, Bernard King was the best Knick.
I don't know how you segue to that one, my friend. I'm like, wait, Tennessee,
Besides Clyde.
Clyde Drexler
was the best Knick.
No, you're talking about Clyde Frazier. I'm getting mixed up.
Besides Clyde.
All right, let's go.
Only one Clyde.
All right, Rob, we're going to go back to this game. So, Kevin, Payton from a high level, 12 points.
Is there a high level?
No, a low level. You're 100% right. 12 points, 4 for 10 shooting, 0 for 1 from 3. Thank God, only 1. 4 for 5 from the line. So the last few games, he's not shooting that bad. 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, no blocks, 2 turnovers, 4 personal fouls, and 32 minutes. And we've been saying this, that all of those misses in the paint, 4 for 10. So he had 6 misses, but he continually misses those shots, those floaters, whatever you want to call it, in the paint. And that's deflating when you're that close to the damn rim. And God, if anybody needs Alec Burks backs, it's him. So what's the low lights of Payton for you tonight?
I'm going to say this about Payton and Bullock. And we all know I despise Reggie Bullock. But they go hand in hand because it's not always about the box score. It's about the impact that you have on the floor. And Reggie, we were talking about this last night also, about the point guards that we have and being able to lead a team. And it was about DSJ, really. And I was like, well, Elfrid Payton can't lead an offense. Because Elfrid Payton's idea of leading an offense is I'm going to pass to Julius Randle or I'm going to drive into the lane and miss a layup. That's literally the only things that Elfrid Payton does. And he might take a wide open shot 3 from the corner, but he's going to miss that 9 times out of 10. Elfrid Payton doesn't do the pick and roll. Elfrid Payton literally does nothing. He does nothing. He might be the worst, and I want someone to disagree. Elfrid Payton might be the worst starting point guard in the NBA.
You're not hearing anyone argue with you, man.
I can't. Like his
Rob,
play.
go on mute. Jeepers creepers, man. Come on.
He put up a picture like the sound was going to go down.
Yeah.
He's the coolest. I love my Chuck.
I'm not starting with Chuck. Chuck is like if Chuck is like one of them characters on like Harlem Nights or Life. Like I would hate to do a movie with Chuck because he'd be the reason for so many outtakes. It's like, man, we trying to get through the script and you just over here bugging. Like we can't do this with you. But no, Elfrid Payton is just. If we had any other point guard, like any other, like, I don't see us. I don't see us getting through this season with Elfrid Payton as a starter. And right now, and I'm going to say this to Chuck, in the limited amount that I saw DSJ tonight, I think DSJ is better than Elfrid Payton. Still, at this point, DSJ is better than Elfrid Payton. Because Elfrid Payton can't do anything. Like, nothing. Nothing. And just because he might get 12 points or 15 points or 18 points or however many points he gets, is Elfrid Payton has minimum impact on winning. Minimum. And we can't take one out of like every 6 games for Elfrid Payton to do it. Because like I said, it's either give the ball to Julius Randle or I'm going to drive them. Like, have anyone ever seen Julius Randle Elfrid Payton set up a play for anyone else? They actually set up a play for anyone else. I'll wait.
No,
in 10 games, I have yet
you're on a roll tonight.
Payton,
Nobody's arguing with you, man.
I have yet to see Elfrid Payton actually set up a play.
Rob, go on mute.
Rob, mute.
Rob, mute.
Now you could make it easier, so you could just make a sandwich.
Rob, we don't want. These might be personal conversations. Rob, mute it.
I don't want to hear your personal conversations, and I don't think you're good looking, like she just said.
But yeah, like I said, he doesn't like he doesn't set up anybody else. How can you have an offense when the person who's supposed to be orchestrating your offense can't orchestrate? I mean, that right there is issue number 1, and it starts with Elfrid Payton, and he just get DSJ in there. Just put DSJ in there tomorrow.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that at all.
If Guillermo is right, and this is about evaluation, we're not evaluating Elfrid Payton and Reggie Bullock. We're not. So what is it? It can't be that, we're evaluating, because we can't evaluate people who are on 1-year deals who probably aren't going to be here next year. That's not evaluating. Yeah, evaluating is DSJ and Knox and Mitch and RJ and Frank. That's evaluating when they get minutes. When DSJ and Kevin Knox get more minutes than Reggie Bullock and Elfrid Payton, that's what you can say this year is about evaluating. But until then, you can't say this year is about evaluating, because we're not evaluating them. We're not.
You know, Jay Deals Direct last night in the chat said, and I think he may be right, that the only time that Payton plays with any sense of control is when he thinks he's about. You're killing me tonight, Rob. What's up with you, man? You didn't mute again. Are you doing some Henny? Give me a reason why you're crazy tonight, man.
Hey, look. I had somebody over.
Yeah, so but your finger still works.
I know I didn't hit the button. That's why I say I apologize. I usually don't do
2
that.
apologies, man. One more apology. You know what comes after 2 apologies? 1 apology.
I already know.
So come on, man. Just be cool to everybody. We're not asking much. Do your business, but do it quietly. So throwing me off my game again. So Guillermo, take it on Payton.
Elfrid Payton is what he is, man. He's a slashing guard who can sometimes bully smaller guards, get to the basket. He plays with absolutely no pace. I know Tom Thibodeau likes to play with, he doesn't play to a high pace, but even within the sets, I mean, he has to wait for somebody to come over. He has to wait for Randle to come over and send the pick. Like you guys said tonight, it's just he gets close to the basket, but he just can't execute finish. He's not a high level scorer like that. You're going to see spurts here and there, but he can't shoot. I saw him take. I think he took 2 corner threes. I don't know how many threes he took total, but I definitely seen him take 2 threes from the corner in the second half. I can't remember how many he took total, but
he took 3.
Say it again.
He took 3.
3, and they're gonna keep playing zone until he's just a weak. It's not just
we only took 1 tonight. That's weird.
So the thing with Payne is, and I agree with you, Kevin, to an extent. Again, I think that Tom Thibodeau wants certain players who can run his system to at least a base level. Unfortunately, this guy just can't shoot, and I think that he doesn't want to put way too much pressure on rookies because he just doesn't trust rookies like that. And fair enough. I mean, you see him quickly out there. If you see him for 41 minutes, I mean, you're going to see a lot of attrition, and that might actually stunt his growth versus slowly trying to bring him along. So right now, again, he sucks. Payne does for the most part, but
did you see what Delano Steele said, Guillermo?
No, I'm sorry. What do you say?
He always keeps it real, man. Elfrid Payton sucks. That's my take.
That's my brother. So we
he's the coolest.
We're the same mindset. It's just Elfrid Payton. You see him out there, and you're just limited. Sad thing is about even though he can't shoot, if he picked up the pace and tried to initiate and get the ball out of his hands quicker, right? Because here's the thing about the Knicks: we are last in field goals. Not last. One of the worst in field goals attempted and made. Right. The fact that we're last in attempted, and then we have the slowest pace means that we literally dial down the clock until we get the so-called perfect shot. We don't have players like that who are highly efficient or highly talented, where you're handed off to Kawhi Leonard with 7 seconds to go in the shot, and he's going to get that shot off, and 45 to 50% of the time is going to go in. We don't have that. So why is Elfrid Payton holding up the ball and slowing the pace so much? For what reason? I'm watching this right now, second quarter, 5:55. Got a pick and roll, cross, and then got it to Randle. It was 8 seconds left of the clock. It's like it just doesn't make any sense. You should be trying to push up the tempo within sets, get the ball a lot quicker, try to get multiple shots up. I mean, for a team that's not talented, it's just
0 fast break points.
I mean, Elfrid Payton, it is what it is at this point. I guess Burks Rivers, they keep getting from the bench. He gives them a different look. Got to wait till next year's draft, or if a so-called disgruntled starter they like comes off, maybe. But
that's the problem. You went straight to next year's draft, not getting better this year.
Rob, you got to listen before you talk. You already had strike 1.
I'm listening to you.
No, you're not. You already had strike 1 tonight by saying that I don't come on the show and everybody killed you.
And what
I said with Payton was that you have to wait until next
time when we lose. I stay with that.
Yeah, you're wrong. But you have to hear what I'm saying. I'm saying with Elfrid Payton, you're going to have to wait till next year's draft, or you get a disgruntled point guard star or a point guard player to bring onto this team, because I don't think you're going to get much help. Even if Burks comes back, Burks is more of a 2-3. Elfrid Payton's still going to probably be the primary guard. So again, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying.
So what you're saying is that there's not a better guard on the team other than Elfrid Payton. I disagree.
Quickly's not a point guard. He's a
I think that we're not even into 20 games. Just so happen to be winning. That's why we talking a lot. We didn't expect to be 5-5 after 10 games. Nobody can say that's where we was at. So therefore, we look at it like this here. Yeah, maybe Kevin said it since he said it, but guess what? Not with the lineup that made it. Kevin can't say the lineup that made us 5-5 right now.
No, I can't say that. I can't.
All right,
Rob. If you think Payne's going to improve, because kind of railing. If you think Payne's going to improve, what are his numbers going to be this year? Because you saw from last year, you see this year.
Personally, I don't think Payton going to be there after the next 20 games. He got 10 more games to prove it. But when Thibodeau makes his next move, whoever comes in after that, it's going to be that. And we're going to have to watch that.
By the way,
he's not going to be with Thibodeau. I mean, what David did. He's not going to do that. He's going to let you play out what he want to watch.
Hey, Steven,
right now,
real quick, you know that the Denver Nuggets. You know they played 3. I just watched this. The Denver Nuggets are evil, man.
They are a good basketball team.
Finish his point.
It's fine. It's fine. Rob is going. Anytime I talk, Rob's going to interrupt. So you might as well just go. I'm good with Payton. Payton is just not that type of player. I've seen what I've seen from Payton. If we had so much of a superlative point guard on the team, whereas his talent I want
to see the next point guard for 20 games like he gave Payton. Payton gonna get 20 games before he get removed. The next point guard gonna get 20 games. Let's see what they do. He gonna get 20 games. The only reason why he's not like Fizdale. Fizdale will remove you after 2 games. We getting a good look while Payton is trash. We getting a good look. And we gonna get 20 games. Next one gonna get 20 games. It's gonna be quickly. He gonna get him 20 games to see what you can do. Right now, you coming in, you coming out. Okay. He gonna get him 20 games. And when he gets 20 games, then we can judge. Right now, we already seen what Frank did. We already seen what Dennis Smith Jr. did. Only thing, they all had 20 games. When he get 20 games, that's how Thibodeau rocks out. He ain't gonna throw you out.
Let my guy Chuck talk.
Yeah.
Chuck, Payton, what'd you think about Payton and anything else that you heard in the last 5 minutes?
I heard Rob say the same thing 6 times in a row. He got to be saucy.
He's gonna rock out, and he gonna be garbage. After he's gone, we gonna get quickly.
Can I go?
Get his 20 games in, then he gonna do what he do.
He's definitely doing Henny or something tonight, my friend.
Oh, y'all don't believe it?
No, I do believe that.
Yeah.
So let Chuck talk.
Hey,
let Chuck talk.
Payton getting 10 more games as a starter. Payton is getting 10 more games as a starter.
Okay, we heard you the first 8 times.
So that's 40 games because she said it 4 times in a row. So
and then quickly gonna get him 20.
Okay, thank you. Now, Payton, we see the same thing, right? Like every game, he get in the paint, and it's like one game he'll make it, the next game he's off. But it's all the same thing. It's all the same layups, right? And then the outside shot is nobody expected him to become an outside shooter. Oh man, it's almost like you could copy and paste with Payton. But I think it's time for DSJ to start. That was a joke.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that was a joke. But it's all we don't have a better. I don't think we have a better option. So as much as we don't like Payton playing that position, who would you rather have? Quickly's not ready.
He's not ready. You want to kill that kid
with development. I'd rather lose with development than winning.
He's not really a point guard. He's a combo guard who can do a little bit of. He is actually 1.6 assists. He is a combo guard who fits this. And actually, quickly, I wish they would deploy more as an off-ball guard to hit threes versus having the ball in his hands. He's not really a point guard. He doesn't really have the explosiveness or the shiftiness to beat his man constantly or consistently. He when he gets into trouble, even though it is a talent, he sometimes fishes for the foul. So again, he's not a point guard. He is a combo guard.
Cool to that pretty soon too. He's the one-trick pony with those drawing those fouls, man.
And the refs are starting to catch on to it. So right now, we really don't have a so-called point guard. And I mean, people want to say Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers, again, he's another off guard. And I think that they like him coming off, like those two coming off the bench, right? Just having these kind of interchangeable guards who can pass and hit the shot and try to score in bunches and score efficiently off the bench versus, a point guard who could set up the offense with the starting unit. Like, we don't really have.
Rivers didn't do anything efficient tonight. He was he was the high -22 on the night, plus minus.
In every game, you look in the box score, you'll see Rivers and Quickly 1 assist apiece.
Thank you. You beat me to it, my friend. 1 assist tonight and Quickly 1 assist.
2 games.
Wait, hold up. Hold up. Yeah, this is why I love this chat. This is why I love this chat. Hold on. Payton had
game for you to go.
Say it again.
No, I was about to say it took him a half a game for him to overrate Quickly, but I was saying, go ahead, Leach.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Because it's just like, you're saying that he's a point guard off of 1 assist, and maybe it wasn't Rob, and then people say RJ is not a playmaker, and he had 4 assists. Like, you guys aren't consistent in regards to.
I never said that.
It may have been you. Maybe I'm talking about somebody else, and I apologize, Rob. But it's like Quickly is showing again. Quickly is just not that. Has he had spurts? But can anyone tell me a game where Quickly's facilitation was like like it was better than his scoring? It's always been his scoring. He comes in, scores in bunches, draws fouls, can control the pace at times, but it's not his pat. Like
I know, and the thing that you scratch your head. Did you see the spacing? Did you see everything Quickly did? And you're like, he had 2 assists, man. Where is all this?
The thing with me Quickly is he's looking to draw fouls like on every single shot instead of just shooting
from the basket.
Instead of just shooting, it's like he tries to initiate contact, and it's like you don't have to do that. But he literally does it he'll like jump into a defender to try and draw a foul every single time, and it's like why are you doing this?
Because you know why? It's like acclimation walls, right? And I think you get above it as he gets older and gets more into his game. But right now, he's trying to go to the thing that he knows works, right? Or he thinks works, right? And sometimes it happens with guys who get frazzled, right? Sometimes you just see them just chuck shots because they're 3-point shooters, that's all they know, or they try to. So I mean, right now he's trying to go to something that works to kind of be like, let me get something that works, because you've seen in the past 3 games he can't beat his man. He's just not that type of guard off the ball. So right now he's just like, let me try to make something happen. And unfortunately,
if you can't get off the dribble because everybody is packing it in, everybody's checking tight. Because there's no outside shooting, so you can't. The floor is not spread. So now when you dribble,
fair enough, but fair enough. But I've seen other guards, even with so-called that's not his game. That's not his. He doesn't have that breakaway speed or quickness or shiftiness. I've seen plenty of guys, even with poor shooting, able to freaking split the defense and get to the cup because of the ability to that first step.
Look, just by talking to you, I know that you know how to play ball, but you can't split a defense if everybody's packed in.
Rivers beat his man all the time.
But no, he don't.
Yes, he
Rivers
do.
Don't beat his man. He beat his first man. And then guess what happens? He runs into another defender. So you're not
beating his man, though.
He's sending you into something else.
He's beating the initial defender.
It doesn't matter.
That's what we're talking about. Quickly's not doing that.
You can't
Getting your man to make a pass. Look,
hey, we're going to talk about RJ in a second. Just want to do a shout out.
What I say. You beat your man. Okay. Instead of getting an offensive foul on the next one, you make the pass. And then you back right back out. And then you restart the offense again. Try to get the ball back.
There is something called the 24/7 clock.
You're not beating 2 defenders going to the hoop.
All right. So, hey, Ralph, how are you, man?
Good, man. How's it going, Steve?
Okay.
Ralph.
Any comments before we go to RJ on Payton you want to talk about, or just
that's not an easy conversation. I mean, we know it's but the guy's inconsistent. He's the best option, and one thing that I did like was that I saw RJ pass. Elfrid Payton was in the corner, and Elfrid Payton, RJ was driving it. It was like around the third quarter, and RJ passed him the ball. I was like, oh snap! So I like that RJ had 4 assists, and somebody mentioned that they think there's a big beef between Elfrid Payton and RJ, and hopefully they're working it out. So
yeah, they're vying for who's the worst shooter on the team. So
you know what? I can't disagree right now. At the moment, you got a good point.
Yeah. So hey, Amani the Great out of Minneapolis, hope all is well. He said the problem with Payton is that he brings up the ball so slow that our opposing defenses can set up. You know, he's like almost a 6 men for the other team. He's killing us, and we know. You know, like I said, not 0 fast break points tonight. No transition, nothing. Just walk that ball up, let them get into their defensive stance, and try to go from there. And like, you know, I talked to Freezy earlier tonight off, you know, just us chatting. And I said to him, what would happen, God forbid, and I'm not wishing bad on anyone, what the hell is this team going to do if Randle sprained his ankle? How are we going to, meaning we're a one-trick pony on offense. Kick the ball into Randle, you know, do his thing. If they collapse, he kicks it out. That's all we do. What would happen to this team if Randle, something happened, he was out a couple of weeks? Who's going to do that role? You know, there's nobody on this team. You know, so from an offensive scheme standpoint, we're so limited. I know our roster, but I thought we had youth and athleticism. Where the hell is the transition game? Where is run and gun? Where is anything?
Tibbs likes his veterans, man. Don't what people were falling for all this stuff they saying in the preseason. Some of it had some truth, some of it didn't. Tibbs likes his veterans so he could build out the system, and whichever rookie or young player can rise to the top, who's not getting so-called minutes. I know RJ's getting major minutes. He's essentially still a rookie, right? But you know. Again, that's how he builds off it. The veterans run the system. If you don't have rookies or young guys who could do it at that high of a level, right? And then he builds from there. He sees who can rise to the top. So, and right now, yes, we are too Randle-centric. But one thing I'll say about Thibodeau, and I think he may be doing this, like Rob said, even in a different way, 10, 15, 20 games, he wants these guys to run maybe just one set, you know, a couple of looks from various sets on offense, right, and get it down packed before he tries to expand it. Which could be a little bit too pragmatic, where it's like, just get this done. We're not going to have any creativity. You're not going to put RJ in the post and try this, blah, blah. I want you guys to get it down packed for 20 games because you guys are young and don't know much. That could be his mindset. So if that's the case, you know, I guess maybe you got to wait for him to expand the offense. But right now, yeah, it looks bad. It looks very one-dimensional.
I will say that Tibbs lied to us. He bold-faced lied.
They all lie.
No, I'm just saying he just, because he said in if you remember back when I think his original at training camp, he said that we had to use the
youth and athleticism
and push the tempo, and we're like last in the league, and it's like you just straight up lied.
But hold on, Kevin, you would have just look up all Tom Thibodeau's years coaching. Tell me the one year he had a pace that ranked above 20, and he went to the playoffs.
You nailed it.
History will tell you he doesn't.
I mean, I don't know.
None. Only 1 year. I think he had 14, and he was ranked. And they missed the playoffs. I think 14 or 16, and they missed the playoffs.
I mean, I don't know about the years when he had like Rose, because Rose is always
same thing. They don't play with pace. They don't play with pace. It's just his style. So again, the New York media, and blame it on New York media, you can't be as transparent as you probably would like to be, because they're going to take everything you say and twist it and turn it and try to turn people, because they're pathetic like the New York media. So I don't blame Tom Thibodeau if you can't read the tea leaves where it's like, yo, I don't play with pace. Okay, let me just say, all right, I need the young guys to play with pace, blah, blah, to show that, look, I like the young guys, or I'm going to try to develop the young guys. But let me just say something to appease everybody, so everybody just leave me alone. I get back to coaching. That's 99% of New York coaches. They lie just to shut up the media, and because if they're transparent, you get exposed.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to kick it to you, Kevin, in a second for us to go over RJ, but let me just do a quick shout out to our family. Brother BKL Contreras, how are you? Hope all is well. Mr. Chill, as always, C Mac, a Nudie 25. Kaiser Soze. Hope all is well. Sherwin M. Again, one of our regular in the family. Craig Mack. Ronald Miller. Although we commit to secondary break sets, we don't have to do that slow pace, bad screens, and cuts without energy. There's more growth to be had. Yeah, some of our screens that this team sets are brutal, man. I brought it up the other night that some people were reminiscing a number of shows ago about Kirk Thomas, and I'm like, Kirk Thomas could teach these guys about setting a screen. Believe me. So thank you. We have, let me just get an update right here. We have 111 in the chat at basically 1 o'clock in the morning. We have 61 likes. Hey, do me a favor, family. Show some love to Freezy and the old Sly Fox. Get those likes up to 100. Danny Landis, how are you? And just please remember to hit those like, subscribe, and remind the bell so you don't miss out on any Knicks at Night and Knicks Morning Drive broadcasts. And please share the link on your favorite social media platform so we can grow the Blarns Tears family. And thanks again for getting us over the 1,230 subscriber milestone. 1,500, here we come. We greatly appreciate it. And as always, a shout out to the best mods in the land. Bodega Wi-Fi, the new Knicks, and Sima Singh is in the house. So let me just make sure I didn't miss any of our family. Danny Landis again, good to see you. So Guillermo,
yes, sir.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Kevin. We'll go to Kevin. I apologize. RJ, Brick City now shooting 20% from three. Missed 7 shots in the paint when I looked at the shot thing. I'm working with Freezy. I wanted to bring on, and maybe next time it's Freezy, but I printed out, and Guillermo knows this. If you print out the shot charts for the 2021 season so far from RJ and from Kevin Knox and stuff, a picture tells a story, man. You just need to look at that shot chart and say, oh boy. And especially, let's say for Kevin Knox, you print out a Jason Tatum shot for a 3, even though he plays some 4, but which also does Knox. You look at his shot chart and you look at Knox's shot chart and you go, oh boy, I know we talk a lot about it, but I just have to look at this shot chart to say, wow, this says a lot to me. And I'm hoping, because I printed them out and I sent them to Freezy, that we can share them.
Steven, you could just share your screen. If you have it on your computer, you can
it comes up, won't it come up real small on my screen because it's only going to come up in my little box?
Oh, got you. Right. Because you're not.
Capiche?
If you're a mod, you could. Right. My bad.
Yeah. So just at a top thing, Kevin, before you take it. So RJ, 9 points, 4 for 13 shooting. 0 for 3 from 3. Thank God he only took 3. 1 from 3 from the line. So it looks like his foul shooting the last several nights is starting to go back in the wrong direction. 9 rebounds, which is good. 4 assists, no steals, no blocks, 3 turnovers, 1 personal foul in 33 minutes, a negative 14. So talk to us about RJ tonight.
RJ. RJ was better. He looked better than he did the other game. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. He looked out of it. He looked out of sync, like nonchalant. And I kind of got that body language from RJ, kind of like, I'm not going to say RJ gave up. I'm not saying that. It's just, there's something different about the vibe that RJ was giving.
What the hell?
And I don't know. I think he's kind of getting deflated because his shot isn't falling.
RJ need to punch somebody in the face.
Can you?
What'd you just say, man? I think you're doing some Gorilla Glue or something tonight.
His skill set is better than everybody trying to take the ball. He needs to punch somebody in the face. Take the ball. Yo, when Quickly came on the scene, what did Quickly do?
How you just stole his turn? Like,
Hey, look, punch somebody in the face, man. I'm telling you. I ain't disrespecting nobody. But look, if you go into it,
how you
That
finishing?
makes no sense, bro. I don't know what's going on in your
hey,
mind.
in practice, I'm saying, look, you
Pass
need
the
to punch
mic.
somebody in the face because he's better than a lot of people that's shooting the ball.
Or,
So you need to
I don't know what the
punch somebody in
logic
face.
is in what you just
You got
said.
no self-control.
Punch
Hey, Rob,
somebody
you missed
in the
7
face.
shots. You missed 7 shots in the paint. What's that have to do with 3-pointers, mid-range, or nothing? He missed 7
Nothing.
shots in the paint.
Kevin Knox needs to punch somebody in the face.
We're not talking, we're not talking about Kevin. Leave him alone.
Now look, hey,
I don't think we can
gonna
have.
make the Knicks a right team.
Rob wants a
Kevin
whole
Knox
brawl
needs
in
to
practice,
punch
don't
somebody
he?
in the face. Because
Rob
he's
want a whole brawl
better
going
than a
on.
lot of people that's on the team that's getting a lot of shots. Look, Payton is taking 16 shots. Punch in the face. You know, really. Come on. Let's keep it a buck.
I got a party with you, man. I definitely got a party with you.
Punch in the face. I should
No.
Hey, look.
I was minding my business. I was hanging out with Rob, and I got punched in the face.
Look, in practice, I'm punching you in the face. You
Rob,
taking no
need a
shot.
match for that cigar, and he punches me in the face. I don't
Hey,
know
look,
what's going on
guess
with the guy.
what? You still on the team. You still on the team, but you got punched in the face. You got to punch you in the face.
Listen, the last time
cannot.
somebody on my favorite team got punched in the face,
Wow.
they
Man,
got
look,
cut.
somebody got punched in the face.
Geno Smith.
Look, hey,
Although,
Kevin
remember, Moon
Knox
last year hit the guy in the
22.
face with the ball.
hey, look. Kevin Knox at 22. He
We're
gonna
not
punch
talking
somebody
about
in the face. He been taking that bullshit since 19.
And you
Watch your
curse.
mouth. Only I'm allowed to say the S word. So,
All right, my bad.
No,
But look, Steve, somebody gonna get punched in the face.
and I'm looking at him.
Hey, look here. Look, Kevin Knox, this skill set.
We're not talking about Kevin Knox.
He need to punch somebody in the face.
It is not your turn, though.
Hey,
And
look, that's gonna make when Kevin Knox punch somebody in the face, the team gonna get better.
I gotta pee so bad.
Damn, he got talent.
The sad thing is, I
When
agree.
you punch somebody in
Can you
the
hold on
face,
one second? Yeah, Tibbs. Yeah, this is Steve Tibbs. I talked to a guy who knows what he's talking about. All you need to do is have him punch him in his face. Everything else will get cleared up really quick. Okay.
punch him in the face.
See,
Right there,
punch him in the
quick.
face, and everything will
Look.
get cleared up. Take care, Tom.
Hey, look. This what the punch in the face is all about. Ain't about it hurt. It's all about you recognize that somebody on the team. Look, Randle got punched in the face last year. He recognized I got other players on the team.
All right, can we finish up with the punch in the face and maybe a headbutt or something?
Look,
Let's go back to talking basketball. Oh, Kung Fu Jones is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody was Kung Fu fighting.
hey, and it was fast as lightning.
Now you're talking. It's better than what we saw tonight. But Kevin, talk to us while we're getting serenaded by.
Hey, look, that was a better team, Steve. Steve, that was a better team. They beat us because they was better.
I'm afraid if you say punch in the face one more time, a duck's going to fall from the ceiling or something, that it's a magic thing. So, Rob, do me a favor. Just chill out for a few minutes and let's talk basketball while we're all here tonight. And you want to finish up on RJ, Kev? Please, I'm begging you.
He doesn't remember what he wanted to say on RJ.
RJ is. I don't know if it's a slump because RJ was never a great shooter, so I can't say he's in a slump. like I say, he just to me, like I say, his body language just looks down because it's like, and again, this is me assuming I'm not there. I don't know him personally. All I know is what I saw from him tonight was like, my shot isn't falling, and I don't know what's going on. And he needs to be. There needs to be more spacing on the court. If you want RJ to drive, then he can't drive on 2-3 people every time. But the reason he's driving on 2-3 people at a time because he got to drive
because
on
Knox
his man.
won't shoot.
He has to drive on his man, Mitch's man, and Elfrid Payton's man.
Because we can't get other players on the court to be aggressive offensively.
Is that Freezy?
Yeah. And I think Rob just got punched in the face. I don't see him.
Oh crap! Where's Rob?
I think he's pulling a Nate Robinson.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, so that's what it is. He's a victim of circumstances of the lack of talent that's in the starting unit.
Man, don't start this. Don't start this. Come on, man. We already know where this is going.
Where is what going?
In 5 seconds, we're gonna hear Kevin Knox's name in the starting lineup.
You know, I'm so glad that everyone is finishing my statements tonight.
Kevin, you're on a roll. Don't do it, please, Kevin. He's doing this. He wants to put you in the twilight zone. Finish your point. You're doing well, Kevin. Please.
That point was trash. That point was trash. We need something new.
Kevin, right? Just finish your argument. You're right there, Kevin. You're right there.
Hey, Freezy, could you share any of the shot charts you want to give it a try tonight that I sent you? You think we can...
I can't do it. I can't do it this second. But I will though. I will though. But I just can't do it this second though. But I will. I want to.
But yeah, so that's the thing about it. We need better spacing, and we can't have spacing with, like I said, the current lineup. Because, like I said, he has to go against Mitch's man and Elfrid Payton's man and his own man, and no one can succeed like that. I don't think anyone can succeed when they have to go 1-on-3 driving to the lane every single time. What I am impressed about is he took a lot more mid-range shots today
that he missed.
But he took them, and I think that's the area where he needs to operate the most. I think that's what he's probably going to be the best at. And kind of like that hybrid Carmelo Anthony kind of thing. But he did take a lot more. He had a couple of them mid-range pull-ups. And I think that's what, if you want RJ to succeed, I think that's the kind of the area you want him to be at.
Yeah.
But then I'm finally done. I'd have people punched in the face and everything else. I'm finally done.
Guillermo, my man, RJ.
Yeah, RJ's going through rookie pains, man. And I'm not making no excuses for him. Again, he's also been playing heavy minutes. And you're talking about a guy who was an unfinished product coming out of college, right? And people saw intangibles in him. They saw certain skills that you could look to try to develop. And again, you're talking about a guy who's, again, changing his shot form now. Will RJ ever be a great shooter? Probably not. We don't know. We don't know. But again, rookie pains. Now he took 3 shots from perimeter, and he has an Elfrid Payton issue, right? He can get close to the basket, but again, good point by Chuck is that he'll get to he favors the left, which is not a good thing, right? He favors the left a little bit too much, and then when he does, he's kind of always far away from the basket. And again, he has to learn how to become an ugly player, hitting off the backboard. He did have one, I believe, tonight, where he did kiss off the backboard straight in center, and I think that's your game. Hit it off the backboard.
Thank you.
To me, I saw maybe a few games ago, and I mentioned on here, I can't remember which game it was, where he tried to be cute and he threw up an in-betweener, like he didn't know whether he wanted to hit the backboard or he wanted to hit it, straight flush into the net.
That was ugly.
And it was ugly. And it's like, RJ, Tim Duncan is one of the greatest power forwards of all time.
And he loved that backboard beautifully.
I love the backboard. If you gave me 5 championships and said, hey, you're never going to be a nice swish type of a player, but you hit off the backboard and you're going to be a Hall of Famer, I'd take that any day of the week versus some of the pretty shots you've seen in the NBA from guys who've never seen the playoffs in their lives. So, again, RJ has to play a little bit more ugly. I wish they put him a little bit more in the post. Another thing I mentioned about him, that since they're playing so much zone, maybe tonight would have been difficult. I even saw 3-2 looks, which is interesting as we don't have shooters. But I mean, you anyway, in some of the 2-3 sets I've seen earlier season, and guys, you could bear me witness, go back to the game 6 or game 5, either game 4, 5, or 6 of the Lakers versus the Heat, and go see how they utilize Rondo, where they use him as a zone breaker right at the foul line, where he would get the ball, where he would get the foul line. And I'm not talking about cutting into it from the wing. I'm talking about getting the foul line, zone breaker, catching a ball, and then either facilitating, throwing an alley-oop to, in this case, Mitch, he was throwing up to AD, or he throws a little floater up, right? I think that could be extremely effective on that, but that's the Tom Thibodeau. I don't know if he wants to expand the offense or do that, whatever, but I thought that when the Lakers did that with Rondo, who is not a good shooter, but you found a way to take that back. In the playoffs, he, for some reason, became a good shooter, but traditionally not a good shooter, but they found a way for him to be effective at an even higher probability versus his normal shooting. And I think that's some of those things that tick around his game. And again, you've seen RJ going to the line. I don't know about if it's a lot more, but you see him going to the line probably more than we've seen last year. I don't know the numbers, someone could correct me. But he is drawing those fouls. So again, the physicality is there, his ability to get to the line. It seems to be there. There are things to work on with him. So right now, again, judge him as a rookie that you're trying to develop versus his so-called finished product. It just doesn't make sense. Again, and he's also, to me, I think he's probably the best playmaker outside of Randle in the starting lineup. People want to say Payton, but Payton as a point guard compared to RJ as a 2 guard, I don't see
who's saying this.
That what?
Elfrid Payton's a better playmaker. Who says Elfrid Payton's a playmaker? At first, point them out.
You want to? Who did I get my last kill against? It wasn't you, Kevin. Because I was saying this about RJ, that even with RJ not scoring, at least he's making plays on the floor and better than Elfrid Payton is as a point guard. So they'll mention in the chat. You'll see. Because I'm watching RJ. I'm not giving him no excuses, but when I see RJ Lee slash, he's finding guys in the corner, the other wing. I mean, he had a play tonight where he tried to get it to Mitch. He did a wraparound, great pass to Mitch. Mitch couldn't handle it. He got fouled as he's going up. I think it was the second quarter.
Yeah.
Then he had another. It was a turnover. But he tried to scoop it, do a no look to someone who was cutting a baseline, but it got stolen. So again, to me, RJ Barrett as a 2 guard has done more in terms of trying to play make than Elfrid Payton, who literally needs to call his BFF, waste time on the clock every possession. I've seen Elfrid Payton call for a pick, and it was 7 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, this guy's lunacy.
I don't care about the 7.5 assists. He forces it. Go to somebody else.
Yeah. By the way, RJ drew 121 fouls while shooting last season, and he's a little over 20 so far after 10 games this season.
Wow.
So, but the whole thing, like last year, he had 121 fouls he drew, but he only had 26 and ones. And this year he only has 3 and ones. So you would think with all that muscle and all that, because I said, you know what, he should have an and one a game. If you blow the foul shot, you blow, but come on. And it's not happening. I guess he ain't working well in the trees down there, all those tall guys. Chuck, what do you think about RJ tonight?
Well, overall, I give him credit for taking his free throws from 61 to 71%. I don't like
Not
him.
tonight. He was 1 for 3 from the line.
Yeah. But I'm just overall since y'all
you mean from last season? Okay, cool.
Yeah, from 61 to 71. That's a nice jump. But I don't like him as a shooting guard. So if
tweener.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
But
yeah, because at 3, I think he's going to get eaten up at 3.
But if they win it, all right. If their plan was to keep him as shooting guard long term, I think Hero is better for that role.
Yeah. Because we saw the problems he had with the size of a Ben Simmons and stuff like that. You get much bigger guys at that 3 than you do at the 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a statement. It was a question more than a firm statement. Don't you think that that he, those are the issues that he's having with long guys, and there's a whole lot more longer players at that 3 than there are at the 2.
All right, I know. I'm reading the chat. I know we don't have Hero, but my point is, if we was looking for a shooting guard, he would make more sense to me as a traditional shooting guard than RJ. To me, RJ's a forward, a small forward, and so that's how I see him. But other than that, he's playing a role that he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be the second. He shouldn't be taking 16 shots a game for one, and he shouldn't be the second option on. Well, he wouldn't be the second option on a good team. Let me put it like that. This isn't a good team, so he's playing out of a role that he's playing out of role.
Yeah,
and I believe Randle is too. And I think I said this earlier that Randle should be the second option on the team, and RJ should be the third or fourth option. So he's asked to do too much for his skill set.
Yeah. And I have no problem, but historically, when Jimmy Butler was coming up, he was people say, I see the comparison with Jimmy Butler and RJ. No. Jimmy Butler is an elite defender. RJ is an okay defender, but he's not an elite defender. So if you're a second or third option, there better be another element to your game that's really top notch.
Yeah.
So,
yes. So,
hey Ralph,
that's all I know on RJ.
What you think about RJ tonight? And by the way, Sports Vibes TV, what's happening?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks for having me again.
I'll kick it to you in a second after Ralph's take.
Tough. It was a tough game. RJ was, for me. I'm always okay. I'm always okay when RJ is looking to make passes. I said it earlier. He gave a pass to Elfrid Payton. Could have been assist. It wasn't. He did give an assist to Mitchell Robinson. I feel like those guys are clicking, RJ and Mitch. But again, it's not his jump shot that I'm always going to be critical or I'm going to get up and down about. It's about how many assists did you finish the game with. So the point that he finished with 4 assists, I'm pleased with that situation, and I actually want him to be more of a facilitator in the offense. Who made a good point about that mid range? I think that was Kevin W. Yeah, taking more mid-range might be fine, but I think if he looks to pass in this team, the team would flow better because often the ball sticks with him a lot, and that's the big problem. That's why good point with Chuck that he's not a good jump shooter. You would want a player like Hero to shoot the ball more, and that makes it valid. But if you have RJ drawing fouls, and you also have RJ passing the ball and creating and having the defense close in on you, and then you pass it out, then I feel like you have more reason to stay with the team. So again, the 4 assists, when he starts to do stuff like that, but again, you got to push him. And I think, in my eyes, Tibbs is always talking to RJ about sharing the ball. I think it's a lot about him. Once he needs to learn how to trust his teammates this year. Last year, a lot of it's a good argument that Julius Randle needed to trust his teammates. This year, RJ needs to learn how to trust his teammates, and I think that's the biggest problem with this team right now. Some people might think it's crazy, fine, but again, if RJ can pass the ball and he can get to the line and he can drive it in, I think we'll have a better version of RJ. That's just my take. Thank you, guys.
I'll kick it to you in a second, Sports Vibe, or I'll just say sports to cut it short. Hey, just a super chat from Josh, a.k.a. Uncle Fulio. Hate if you want, but Elfrid Payton has been the second best player on this team this season after 10 games.
Don't even read the rest of that quote. Stop it.
Just saying. So thank you for your generosity, Josh. We appreciate the super chat. And
the same person who
had to spend money to have a BS take like that.
It's the same
That's
person.
The only way a take like that was gonna get read out. Spend money because what the hell was that?
There's no integrity in what was said because this same person tonight just said R.J. Barrett struggles again in the paint, but during the debate with me, he said that R.J. Barrett takes a majority of his shots at the paint or in the paint. So again,
and post ups.
Come on.
So, Take It Sports Vibe TV.
Yeah, just to add what Ralph was saying about RJ, there was another positive. He did have 9 rebounds. So to see him do that out of the guard position was a positive to take out of the game. But, you know, you guys say you want RJ to be more of a facilitator, and that's something I've been trying to preach as well. But he still has those times where he has the tunnel vision syndrome. And if he's able to break through that, and actually, you know, find players like right when Guillermo was saying, you know, RJ was able to find people in the corners. As he was saying that, I was watching the play where RJ was able to penetrate and he found Payton in the corner. And then off that action, Payton was able to cut. But I think they called the travel on him and the basket didn't count. So you do see RJ, you know, operate or find success in those situations. I just don't think they come as often as we would like to see from him.
Cool. Rob
went already.
Oh crap! I'm not here.
Rob, you want to talk about RJ?
Look.
It's the first time you're making sense tonight.
Wow. Does anyone want to tell him? That he's
no?
Let's do this.
Thanks, Rob. Good point, buddy.
Great point.
Oh, you're killing it. Hey, you're on mute, man.
No.
I gotta be nice in my role. I can't.
You're muted, Rob. You're muted. You're muted, Rob. No, you're muted. You're muted. We can't hear you.
He's going like this, like he cut one, man.
I think he's saying pass him. Is that what you're saying?
Are you saying pass you, Rob?
He's under protest.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay, then you won't have to twist my arm tonight.
This is the funniest episode, man.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I don't want to talk about Bullock. Does anybody want to talk about Bullock?
Listen, I don't say something about Bullock.
Take it, my friend.
Simple like Chuck. Bullock got to go.
We've been
I know some of y'all are going to kill me for this. I know many of y'all aren't going to agree with me with this. There is no reason on God's green earth why Reggie Bullock is starting over Kevin Knox. If people say whatever you want about Kevin Knox is talent-wise is still better than
Bullock.
I don't even want to remember his name. That guy who I'm trying to think of. So I look at it like he doesn't do anything on the court like at all that is even memorable that you even had to remember that Reggie Bullock even did anything.
No, that's not true. Remember when he almost had that turnover against he threw against the backboard?
Yeah.
And the guy never gets to the foul line. Game after game, not one foul shot. This guy.
He'll like I said, he'll hit a couple shots. Like he always has like those couple baskets at the very beginning of the game, and then won't score anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Why are you playing 30 minutes a game? Because it's not like his ain't. And I'll say this, and you might agree with me, you might not. Defensively, I think Kevin Knox can handle the role that Reggie Bullock is doing defensively. Like, I think if you switch them out, there isn't going to be that much of a decline in Kevin Knox on the defense. If Tibbs is going for him because he likes Reggie Bullock's defense, then so far in 10 games this year, I can honestly say that Kevin Knox defensively is probably just as good as Reggie Bullock has been.
He's grown leaps and bounds. I don't think anyone's going to argue with you.
I would think that Kevin Knox is a better shooter than Reggie Bullock in general. I think he's shooting 40% from three, even though he's shooting a limited amount of shots. So I just don't see why Reggie Bullock is starting over Kevin Knox. I don't see it whatsoever. Like I said, y'all can agree with me. Y'all cannot. That's just my take.
I don't agree.
You say you don't?
I don't agree.
You want to expand on that?
Okay. I want to wait my turn. Do you guys want to talk? Guillermo and Charles, y'all want to talk?
Oh, bro, he's giving you the chance to talk.
Okay, no, I just don't think I don't think Kevin Knox is a starter, guys. I think that's why you guys have create all these disappointments about Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox is not a starter. I think he's better off the bench. I think he's doing good learning coming off the bench. And you have
Reggie Bullock is a starter.
He's a starter on the Knicks.
No. Answer my, is he a starter?
A starter on the Knicks.
Who is better, Reggie Bullock or Kevin Knox?
Reggie Bullock right now is better than Kevin Knox.
You lie. It's Sunday, so I'm not going to cuss.
No.
You don't believe that. You don't believe that Reggie Bullock is better than Kevin Knox.
I'm answering your question. The question is that the truth is that Kevin Knox is still not ready to start. When he owns it, he'll get it. But right now, he's not better. When he gets better, he'll start. And that's the thing that you guys create these disappointments, and we have a 3-hour conversation about Kevin Knox, who's just good coming off the bench, and you have to accept that.
How is he good when he's producing at the same level as Reggie Bullock?
Kevin Knox
he's literally think about this. Kevin Knox is playing.
It's not consistent.
Is playing less than Reggie Bullock, but the numbers say that Kevin Knox is actually producing better than Reggie Bullock.
Are you smarter than Tibbs? Are you smarter than Tibbs? Are you smarter than Tom Thibodeau?
I'm smarter than Tom Thibodeau.
Yes. I'm asking you. Answer that question for me.
I mean, I've never met the man, so I can't
the answer is Kevin Knox is not that good. He's staying on the bench. He's not that good.
How is he not that good? He's staying on the bench. That doesn't make any sense. When the numbers say that he's better than Reggie Bullock.
No, it doesn't.
Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers, Ralph. Who shoots better?
His confidence is growing. His confidence is growing. His confidence is growing.
Shoots better.
His confidence is better.
So Knox is shooting better.
No. You're not going to convince me. Yeah, you guys are not going to convince me.
This year. Who's
shooting better? You're not going to convince me with this narrative like Kevin Knox.
What narrative? The numbers? So the numbers are lying. The numbers are lying.
Yes, because Kevin Knox lacks confidence.
How is he lacking confidence? How is Kevin Knox in 10 games in the 2020-2021 season lacking confidence? Have you seen Kevin Knox lack confidence? When I see Reggie Bullock is a person who shouldn't even be on the court. If Reggie Bullock was on any other team, Reggie Bullock would not be on the court 30 minutes a game. I promise you that much.
Bullock is better than Kevin Knox. I'm sorry to tell you.
I promise you that much that Reggie Bullock would not be on the court 30 minutes a game on any other team.
Kevin Knox is doing good in his 20 minutes.
Is this an evaluation year, or what are you trying to do out of this year? What are you trying to get out of this year?
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build up Kevin Knox's confidence and have it coming off the bench.
So when you want to build his confidence by saying, you know what, you should start.
He's doing better.
You have earned it. You have played. You played.
No, I'm not giving you. No, you
played in the role that we have put you in. You are reduced at a number just as equal to the guy that's in front of you. And to be honest with you, the only reason Kevin Knox probably isn't starting is because Kevin Knox is the only one of size off the bench. So it's really a health issue. Kevin Knox is the only reason that's not starting. But I guarantee you, I promise you right now, on January 11th at 1:31, I guarantee you, when Alex Burks and Obi Toppin come back, Kevin Knox will start over Reggie Bullock. I guarantee it. Because there ain't no reason other than health that Kevin Knox shouldn't be starting over Reggie Bullock. Tom Thibodeau cannot give a legit answer, a legit reason statistically, or anything that we've seen on the court that says Reggie Bullock should be starting over Kevin Knox. At this point in time, there's nothing that he cannot justify that.
He is playing better, and it's because he's coming off the bench. He's having a good year so far. I'll give you that.
He's coming off the bench because he has to. Who else is going to spell Julius right now? Who?
What are we talking about, Julius Randle? We're talking about.
But his point is that he's the only one right now with Obi out now. Who's going to take Julius' place when he needs a minute?
That's why Kevin Knox is off the bench. It's not because Reggie Bullock is better. He's off the bench because there's no one else that can spell the backup 3 and 4. Nobody.
Taj Gibson.
You're not playing Hickey. You're not playing Theo Pinson. Kevin Knox is in the role he's in.
Let me ask
nobody else do it.
Hey, Kevin, what do you think about Chuck's point that how do you think it'll be impacted with Taj now in the mix?
Now, if I'm not mistaken, the thing about it is I don't know when Taj, because doesn't he have to go through that like a 10-day
The protocol?
Anyways? Or how long is the protocol? Does anybody know? Because I know they said he's in the protocol right now.
Yeah.
I don't know how long.
I think it is 10 days, but I'm not sure.
So
Kevin, my argument with you is you always make these conversations as if you're smarter than Tom Thibodeau, and I don't like them. I don't like these narratives you create about Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox is
narrative I'm making that Kevin Knox is better than Reggie Bullock? Your eyes will tell you that.
Yes,
it's not me being smarter than Tom Thibodeau.
I think
you watching the game and saying Reggie Bullock is trash.
I think
Reggie
you need
Bullock
to
does
drop
nothing.
it. I think you need to drop it because when Kevin Knox lacks his motor and confidence, he is trash.
When has he done that this season?
When? Everybody could take this minute. Anybody could take this minute.
When has he seen it? When has he can you sit here and say has Kevin Knox looked like he lacked confidence this year?
You're going off. Look, he had a good 8 games. I'm just
I'm asking you. You just say he lacked confidence. Has he looked like he
last
lacked
year,
confidence
the year before?
Don't talk about last year. Talk about this season.
I'm keeping it consistent.
This season, 10 games under Tom Thibodeau as a head coach, as Kevin Knox looked like he has lacked confidence. Don't talk about last year. Let's keep it. What your argument is, you're going off last year, Kevin Knox. Not the Kevin Knox of this year. And if you're sitting here saying that Reggie Bullock. If you're gonna be honest, Ralph.
I'm being honest.
Bullock is better than Kevin Knox.
Reggie Bullock is
better
than Kevin Knox. Can
I ask you guys a question? Can I ask you a question, right? So Bullock sucks, right? But Bullock is not long term here. And I'm not coming out Ralph for anybody, right? And I'm not being a Kevin Knox fan, whatever, right? Should Kevin Knox be afforded the opportunity to start to at least see what you have in him? Because he is probably more of a piece that the team is looking at more long-term, relatively speaking, compared to Bullock.
Yeah, but fellas, also besides that point, why did he only play 18 minutes tonight? He should have played a whole lot more minutes, Kevin. Knox should have played more minutes tonight than just 18.
He should have.
I agree.
I mean, I don't know, but
what we're going to take in a game like this to say, let the kid, let it rip, let him be our number one option. We're losing the game by a lot. Let the kid, let him go into chucker zone, man. Let him just shoot. We're going to lose the game anyway.
Because this is the thing, and I want everyone on the panel to ask this question. When he went out, because Reggie Bullock got subbed back in for Kevin Knox in the second, like with 7 minutes ago, we were down by like 17. Can you honestly sit here and say that Kevin Knox had played bad while he was on the court? Because I think he was like 1 for 1 from 3 at that point, and that was he only took like 1 shot, and he got subbed out for Reggie Bullock, who came in and did nothing else. So I have no idea, and maybe it's just a Tibbs just goes with the veterans. That's the only thing I could think of, because there was no reason.
It could also be that, and I'm not trying to speak. I'm sorry, I got apologies. I'll turn this program off. I'm not trying to speak for the team, but I'm just saying possibilities that maybe he gets overwhelmed with too many minutes. I'm just saying. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. He did have that turnover on a fast break where he tried to get it to Randle, and Randle just kind of looked him off like, oh, why? And then Knox saying my fault. So this doesn't make sense for a guy who he does have a higher plus 36 than Bullock. It doesn't make sense why he's not getting more minutes for a team that's we really need production at the wing spot. So it could be that Knox is just maybe not ready. Maybe mentally he gets frazzled and they see it, and maybe Tibbs is trying to protect him. Maybe that's the case, bro. I don't know.
I just don't see how you can have you can say, oh, this team is developing. You want to see what they got, but then you don't want to play the players that you are trying to develop.
You're not giving the kid enough.
That's a contradiction on itself.
Bro, Kevin, I agree. I'm just saying. Why
no, I'm agreeing with the statement that you're saying. Okay, this team is going to develop and see what they have, but you can't see what they have if they're not on the court. If Kevin Knox is on the court, I promise you this, man, and I believe this wholeheartedly. If Kevin Knox was on the court for 30 minutes a game, he wouldn't be averaging just 6 points a game. I mean, that's just a fact. He wouldn't. He would get you more if Kevin Knox took the shots that Reggie Bullock takes. Kevin Knox to be a double-digit scorer in this league?
I don't. Yeah. I don't know what Kevin Knox. I don't know what it is, man.
Hey, let me kick it back to you, Mr. Wright. So let's go to Kevin. He had 6 points tonight, 2 for 6 shooting, 1 for 3 from 3. Pardon me. 1 for 1 from the line, 1 rebound, no assists, no steals, no blocks, 2 turnovers, 1 personal foul. In 18 minutes, he was a negative 14. But like I said to you, I just scratched my head why the kid didn't get a lot more than 18 minutes.
What I like the funny thing is what I like the most about Kevin Knox is this is like the second game where he has called for the ball in the paint. Because he called the ball for the paint, got that goaltending foul on Bobo. And I was like, okay. But it was actually a good move. And had it not been goaltending, he would have made it. But it actually was a better move than the one he did the other night. Same move, it just looked more fluid. So, I don't know. Like I said, I know he's better than Reggie Bullock. My eyes tell me that. My sheer eyes tell me that.
I agree with you. I don't think
he's better than Reggie Bullock.
I agree with you.
I'm not going to come up here and sit here with a narrative and hold on to the faults from the David Fizdale era on that. I can't do that. And that's unfair to this version of Kevin Knox, that people still hold on to what they saw from Kevin Knox under David Fizdale. When this is, everyone will agree this is a completely, whether the numbers back it up, but you can just look at Kevin Knox and say this is a different person than his first 2 years. And the numbers may not back that up, but his play.
No, like you said, you see the assertiveness on his cuts were nothing like they were the first couple of years. He's going much more aggressive, and God knows how we've talked about on defense.
Exactly. Kevin, I'll say this: Kevin Knox
block and save the other night. Absolutely.
Kevin Knox is no longer a liability on defense.
He's not.
He's not. And with that just alone, there's no reason. Other than, in my personal belief, the only reason that I think Kevin Knox is not starting right now is because there's nobody else off the bench.
When Burks comes back, maybe they'll say put Bullock there on the bench and give Kevin more minutes.
I mean, I really believe that's going to happen. That will happen soon. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not faulting Kevin Knox this season and what Tom Thibodeau has asked Kevin Knox to do from the Kevin Knox that we saw last year. Yeah. Some people can, and that's their prerogative, but that's just unfair to that young man.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
1 second. I got a super chat from Daryl Pemberton. Again, thank you, Daryl. You're always so generous, and we appreciate all your takes that you share with us. Daryl said, whatever happened to earning your minutes? Tibbs was not happy with Knox tonight. Go back and look at the game and analyze without bias.
I saw the game, and in real time was like, why is Kevin Knox coming out for Reggie Bullock? I saw it in real time and thought that to myself. So I don't need to go back and look at it, because in real time I said that, like, why is Kevin Knox coming out for Reggie Bullock? And Reggie Bullock didn't do anything. Reggie Bullock did not score after the first quarter. He did not score after the first quarter at all.
Can you wait? But Kevin, can I ask you this? Because it seems, and I'm not coming at you, but it seems that every time the question comes up as to why Kevin Knox is not getting more minutes, you never question, maybe it's internal, maybe it has to do something with Kevin Knox, that he's not doing that practice, he's not showing the floor, maybe, I don't know what it is, focus, I don't know what it is, I'm not personal, but you never really look at Kevin Knox and be like, maybe if they gave him more minutes, he would, there's diminishing returns, right? Maybe he loses focus. Maybe he needs to, again, he's very young. He still needs to grow into it. I just saw a pass right now, a nice slick pass he had to quickly. They missed a shot. But, so the talent, there are Spurs, but maybe it's him. Maybe it's not everybody else. I mean, 3 years, and it seems like,
Our brother Alawise from the chat said 1 rebound in 18 minutes means you're not putting a body on anybody.
I mean, that's true, but that's also a little bit out of context also. Depending on where Kevin Knox is because a lot of times we're not in a man. It looks like we're running zone, and for the most part of it, it looks like Kevin Knox is at the top of the zone. So when you're at the top of the zone, you're not going to be in a position to get rebounds.
But that's defensive. Also, he doesn't crash boards. How many times you see your boy Mitchell Robinson down there fighting with 3 guys to try to get a rebound? I never see this guy crashing boards, and that's one thing. If you're not shooting
a fair assessment, yes.
You're not shooting well. You should be dogging. I mean, you're 6'9". I'm pretty sure you're strong. Yeah, I mean, you got to be crashing boards. If anything else.
Yeah. Hey, let's swing it to Sports Vibe TV. Your thoughts on Kevin Knox tonight?
Like you guys said, I would have liked to see him crash the board a little bit more and grab some rebounds. But you're saying you want Kevin Knox to be a starter. You know, Kev, you say this time and time again, but Knox really hasn't shown anything to really earn that. And if Tibbs' message and Tibbs' mantra is you're going to have to earn your minutes, I still don't see how Kevin Knox gets moved into the starting lineup. Yes, Bullock isn't really giving you what you need from that from the small forward position, but I still think Knox works better in the second unit. So if you keep him with the second unit, you know, he's going to get more looks there as opposed to moving him to the starting lineup. If he's only getting, like you say, 6-7 shots a game, how many shots is he really going to get off if he's on the court with Randle and RJ and Payton? 3 players that are already looking for their own shot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think.
Yeah, oddly enough, Randle's the only
actually is the only one who passes on a consistent. To be honest with you, it works better because Randle gives the ball to Kevin Knox a lot when they're on the court together.
I think it's over 40% of
your argument.
Yeah.
No,
I think he'll get more. I think Kevin Knox will get more shots if he played with Julius Randle.
No,
Payton's only a little over 1% of the time he passes to Knox.
You say a little bit over 1% he's passing.
Yeah,
to
he
Knox?
never passes. Look at statistics, man. He never passes to him.
I mean, he doesn't pass anybody else other than
Yeah, Payton is
trash. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that'll work because here's the thing. You say that Kevin Knox works better. How many shots does Reggie Bullock take?
Why you always
Okay.
Bullock?
Yeah, or 1 sec.
Yeah, how many shots does Bullock take per game? Because I don't think that's going to go up if Knox is then inserted into the starting lineup.
So Bullock so far, let me just do per game this year. He's attempting a little less than 5 attempts this year from 3. And no, this is that don't look right because we're watching the games. He's not. Yeah, I guess he's putting up in total 9 shots a game approximately, and out of that, there are almost 5 of those 9 shots are threes.
I just want to say though that I like Kevin Knox. I think he's having a good year. I like his percentages, but I'm just not on board with hating on Reggie Bullock for Kevin Knox to start. Like I'm not with that. I trust the coach. I know that Tibbs knows what he's doing.
But what do you see in Bullock that is making you feel that?
I think that's the best option, and I trust Tibbs in that.
But
situation.
why is he the best option in your opinion? In your opinion, why?
I mean, look, I don't trust. I do see improvements with Kevin Knox.
No, this isn't about Kevin Knox. I said, in your opinion, why is Reggie Bullock
who's a better option than Reggie Bullock?
Kevin Knox is.
I disagree. I think he's okay.
So why is Reggie Bullock better than Kevin Knox? When the numbers say that Kevin Knox is performing better.
One, he's more experienced. He's more experienced than Kevin Knox, and he doesn't waver. I think I trust him not to waver more than Kevin Knox. I think if the situation gets tough with Kevin Knox, then I can see Kevin Knox waver.
I don't trust Reggie Bullock in tight situations because I think Reggie Bullock
Kevin Knox in tight situations. I don't trust Kevin Knox in tight situations.
I have seen Reggie Bullock make some of the dumbest fouls.
Brutal.
Like, what are you doing out there, Reggie Bullock? And if you haven't seen that, then I don't know.
But Kevin, you know what will kill this argument? If Kevin Knox in that OKC game, right, would have had a big game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not disagreeing with regards to Bullock per se, because Bullock has been trash. And I advocate at the beginning of the season because I thought at least he'd be able to space the floor, but I'm good with him. But Kevin Knox, he even quickly has had games where people are like, and that's not saying he's going to be a star. I'm just saying that people saw this superb performance from a rookie. Like Kevin Knox's season where he's probably had opportunities to truly take over games, and not just scoring, physicality, rebounding, all put into one. You know what I mean? Like a Thunder game where we need to score. It's like Kevin Knox has never really had a game where it's like, now you can't doubt him. Now you can't say he shouldn't be starting because he gave us 25 points against OKC and we won the game because of that. You know what I mean? So I think everybody's waiting for that breakout from Kevin Knox. We kind of, I know this is the corniest thing you could say, but take the bull by its horns. And he just, he just has. He's just kind of performing, okay in the little spurts he gets. But and you said it best. You said it too, Kevin, that he either wins you or loses a game, right? Maybe he needs to win you a few games so Tom Thibodeau's convinced to give him more minutes.
All I'm saying is if the production is the same, go with the guy that you feel is going to be here at least next year. Yep. If the production is equal, if you're at least you're saying they're equal, right? If Bullock and Knox are at least equal, go with the guy that you actually just picked up his contract next year and is 21 years old.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. If you keep saying this is a year for evaluate your 21-year-old who you just drafted instead of the journeyman 8-year veteran that's not going to be here next year.
The problem is that they didn't just draft him. He's been in for 3 years.
What I'm saying, but you know what I mean? Like he's
but that's third year because he's been in for 3 years and no one's seen him kind of. I mean, he's had spurts here and there. That December his first year.
No, like I said, if everything is equal between Bullock's, because Bullock's is trash, and if you want to say Knox is trash or whatever, and just go with the guy who's in his third year, who's 21, who you just drafted. If this is a year that you say is about evaluation and seeing what you got, then see what you got.
Kevin, I don't disagree, but here's the thing, though, and I don't disagree with what you're saying. The only thing is that your boy Bullock has had years of producing in that role, right? With the Pistons, kind of went down with the Lakers, but he has a resume. Not saying he's a great, I'm just saying he has a resume of being a space shooter that he can go on. And some veteran coach or coaches that like veterans, they might say, look, he's in a funk right now. We know what he's going to do. Things are going to even out. Versus Knox doesn't really have that strong of a track record. And obviously he played less years than Bullock, but I mean, maybe that's how the coach is looking at it. I'm just saying maybe. I'm not necessarily against what you're saying. I'm just saying how Tibbs might see it.
Yeah. Hey Chuck, I'm gonna throw it to you in a second on Knox for tonight, but I just want to do a couple of shout outs. AK Sour God, hope all is well. Robert Parr, as always. GK Pow, hope all is well. Really enjoyed your takes on the show. Hope you come back soon. Again, Keyshawn B. And we have 86 likes. We're 14 away from that metric of 100 likes for the evening. We have 129 people. Please hit those likes, subscribe, and remind the bell so you don't miss out on any Knicks at Night and Knicks Morning Drive broadcasts. And please share this link on your favorite social media platforms so we can grow the Blarns Tears family. And thanks again for helping us get over the 1,230 subscriber milestone. 1,500, here we come. We greatly appreciate it. And as always, a shout out to the best mods in the land, Sima Singh, Bodega Wi-Fi, and the new Knicks. We appreciate all you do. So, Chuck, your thoughts on Knox tonight, and don't you think the kid should have deserved more minutes in a game like tonight?
No, he's not productive. Let's go with turnovers, right? When you have more turnovers than assists, that's not good, and it's even worse when you have no assists. If it's even between Bullock and Knox, then you stay with how it is. You got to beat somebody out to take their spot. It can't be even. Knox got to outplay him. Knox is what is under average at everything. Like he's not good at anything. Let me put it like that. He's not a good shooter, not a good defender. He's below average. That's what I meant. He's below average at everything.
Don't you think he's come up to being a decent defender this year, though?
No, I think he went from horrible to average.
Okay.
Not a good passer, not a good rebounder especially for his size. Not a good scorer, not a good shooter.
Yeah, so just for a recap, he's averaging so far this season 6.9 points a game. Like you said, he basically has a 1-to-1 ratio for assists to turnovers. He's averaging a little under 3 rebounds a game. He's shooting about 67% from the foul line. He's shooting again, it's because of the number of attempts. He's shooting 40% from 3, and he's shooting a little over from 2, 44%. So,
I'm done with Knox, and I think so. My thing is, I think they already know what they have in him, so he don't fall under those players that they say, oh, we need to see what we have before we let him go. They know what they have.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
I didn't know what the front office, meaning this is a new front office, and it wasn't a guy that they picked, but I thought maybe with Kenny Payne and, bringing him in and everything, that they'd give him, a get out of jail card because they didn't pick him and give him another opportunity. But I don't know. Like I said, Quickly's coming down to earth, but there's something that Quickly did that when Tibbs talks about Quickly, there's a twinkle in his eye, but you don't have that when he talks about Knox. He says all the perfunctory things of, he's working hard and he's doing all these things, but you just don't see that passion. And we know meaning Knox is in the gym. We've seen him working out. We've seen him, we know because of other people that he's watching a lot of film. It just hasn't translated to a different level yet for him, even though he's putting in all the effort. So
all I can say is Knox's time will come.
Okay.
And I hope that he takes advantage of it when it does.
Well, I think the reality is once we hit the 20 game or so thing, and if what Guillermo and I have been talking about from day one, and no disrespect to our family and everything, we were just saying we have just an average talent roster, and the reality of by the end of the season, the math is going to play out, or the reality is going to play out that they are who they are. And we're going to be talking about Jalen Suggs, and we're going to be talking about other people because we're going to have a bad record. And that I don't know, thinking about the first games, with our 5-5 record, if it was so much defense or the guys were just shooting terrible for 3 that we lucked out that the teams we were playing were in early season funks that we were playing, and it worked that way. But once they, everyone gets into their groove, just the difference of talent between other teams and our team, we're just going to take, as Rob would say, punched in the face every night. So we'll see. Hey, I got a super chat from Jonathan JD. Hey, JD, hope all is well. For Chuck on the panel, everyone healthy, 9 to 10 man rotation for the rest of the season. Let me hear it. Can't come on, but supporting via the chat. Well, thank you. We appreciate the super chat, and we appreciate your support as always. So thank you, JD. Okay. Alawai said, I thought we'd be 3-7, so 5-5, I'm good. So that's when you know that you're happy with mediocrity, when you really thought we were going to suck. So A-State, hope all is well. Hope you fix that smoke alarm in your house for your family's sake. You guys want to swing over to Randle now?
Sure.
Okay, so Randle from a high level, 29 points, 11 for 16 shooting, 2 for 5 from 3, 5 for 6 from the foul line, 10 rebounds. The only note I made was he only had 1 offensive board tonight, but he had 10 rebounds, 5 assists, no steals. And obviously 5 assists. If we had shooters on this team, he'd be looking at another triple-double possibly. No steals, no blocks, 3 turnovers, 2 personal fouls in 38 minutes. He was a negative 21 on the night. So, Chuck, you want to take it on Randle tonight?
Randle. Solid, steady. He's the one player that you know what you're gonna get every night from a good aspect. Everybody else is pretty much inconsistent.
Yeah, and the thing is that his statistics pretty much negated Jokic's numbers tonight, and RJ actually negated Jamal Murray's numbers. They both scored 9 points, and as Sports Vibe TV brought up, at least he had 9 rebounds and stuff like that. So you were hoping, holy moly, if we were able to pretty much check, have our guys do an even thing on those guys, but our bench, man, like I said earlier, 54-21 to get outscored, and again, OKC was 48-24. We understand more than ever now why Tibbs is playing these guys with so many minutes, because the minute he puts those other guys out, we're getting killed.
Yeah, well, Murray, to his defense, didn't shoot much. He only shot 9 times, so he's 4 for 9, 44%. And RJ was 30%, 4 for 13.
Yep. So
it's Randle's carrying a load, and it's boy.
But it also goes back to they should have pulled that guy, man, for the amount of minutes when they saw this game was going. Pull Randle, let him get a rest, because we have the game tomorrow night against the Hornets.
Tonight.
Come on. Yeah, exactly. Tonight.
Yeah.
So, hey, you guys looking forward to seeing LaMelo?
Sure. They should, of course. Why not?
Yeah.
See these stars and try to shut him down, embarrass the guy.
You know what sucks? This is the first time in like 5 years I will not be going to a Knicks Hornets game.
Oh, man, that does suck. And especially the dynamics of seeing LaMelo and the show that he puts on for passing. Also, he established the NBA record for the youngest guy to do a triple-double the other night.
I mean, we were all killing LaMelo. This is how sports fans are, because everyone gets so in the moment. And it's like his first game, like he didn't score. Like, oh, he's a bust. He can't score, and da-da-da-da. And it's like now it's like, oh, he's putting up triple-doubles, the youngest person. It's like, well, he is a good passer. I think he's probably going to be below his shot.
Brutal mechanics. I mean, brutal.
Probably be a low average shooter. He'll put up numbers, but he's not going to have like great shooting numbers. I mean, he'll probably mirror his brother's numbers in the NBA. I mean, that's success. Then hey, okay.
Mirror the shooting numbers, but I think he'll have better assist numbers.
I think the thing with Lonzo is I think Lonzo could have better assist numbers. I don't know why he doesn't, playing with the cast of characters. I know last year, I mean, obviously, he was. I don't know if he was like the primary ball handler with Drew Holiday being there. And so this year is like, is he even the primary ball handler with Bledsoe being there? So it probably is taking away from some of his assist numbers, because, like I said, they play technically, since he's been in New Orleans, he's playing with dual point guards in the backcourt.
Exactly, so, the rotation with Graham and Rozier.
So I think that he probably could have better assist numbers. So,
you're talking about
Lonzo? Yeah, Lonzo.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Lonzo played with dual point guards.
Yeah.
I was done.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting tomorrow. So, Ralph, what was your thoughts on Randle tonight?
Tough night. He did the best he could. And tough game. Not really much. I mean, he's very productive. I say really, man, I don't really have really much to say. I think he's passing the ball, he's rebounding, drawing fouls. I don't really think I have much to say more than that,
Okay. What you think, Sports Vibe TV?
You said it basically that Randle canceled out Jokic, and going into the game, I basically said that Randle at his best is like a Jokic light, at least when it comes to his stats. So for him to actually be the one to show up, even though, on my channel, I've said I wanted the Knicks to trade him and bring in pieces for him. So he kind of shut me up today. He was the only one that showed up. I won't say he was the only one, but he showed up. He played his best. And I think quickly wasn't able to come in and kind of anchor that second unit. So you saw the game kind of get stretched out when Quickly and Rivers were on the court. But when Randle was on the court, he kept us in the game. And, I got to, put my foot in my mouth by saying we should have traded him, because right now he's the only one holding it down for the team.
Yeah, and I gave this statistic earlier tonight that Randle reached 7 assists 7 times in 9 games so far this season, and he reached 7 assists 5 times in the last 2 previous seasons. So I don't know if that's the Tibbs effect or whatever, or just him maturing after being everyone yelling at him, "Don't you do that spin move again." So, and also I gave the statistic that the legendary Oscar Robertson, he joined him as the only 2 players in NBA history to score 200 points, 115 rebounds, and 70 assists in their first 10 games of the season. So he's really playing in some elite company, both currently and historically. So, and just some other things for tonight. Like Denver had 11 fast break points. Knicks had none. Denver had 48 points in the paint. We had 42. We both had 11 second chance points together. But then the big thing that I keep harping on, they had 54 bench points and we only had 21. So that'll exhaust them. So do you want to take it, Sports Vibe on Randle tonight?
I think I just gave him.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to expand on that. Okay.
No.
Okay, cool. Guillermo, Randle take?
Yeah, man. 29 points, 11 for 16 from the field, 2-5 from 3. 5 assists, 10 rebounds, man. I mean, he's doing everything he's asked for. He's bought into coaching. Right now, again, he doesn't really have much help in regards to consistent production. But, he is buying into coaching. Everybody will say, last year, I told you so. I mean, he wasn't playing like this last year. But I do give credit. I'll give Ralph credit because he said if he gets proper coaching, he could be able to. So he put his money on it and he won. So we'll see about with Randle. As the season progresses, again, he played 38 minutes tonight. A lot of minutes, especially in a game that was probably done well. But again, we're kind of short right now, so it's just unfortunate that we don't really have much to spell him with. We don't have shooters to really take advantage of his passing, and basically, the offense is just centered around him. So we'll see with him. He had a good game again, but it drowns out with the lack of playmakers, or sorry, not playmakers, but the lack of shooters around him. Who would take advantage of his passing. Defense is still what it is at this point with Randle. I don't think he's ever going to be a really good defender, but again, he's exerting a lot of energy on offense, so I can't get mad at him if he's letting some plays go here and there. Even though you don't want him to, but it is what it is. If you're going to make him the focal point of offense, I guess you have to give him some slack. But Randle had another good game, solid game. That's about it.
Kev, you want to finish her up on Randle?
Randle is, he's consistently put up the same and given the effort. And, when he got taken out, what impressed me with Randle is when he got taken out in the fourth quarter, even after 38 minutes, he looked upset, like
he's a warrior.
That his team was in that position, and that's what really impressed me the most about Julius Randle. Moving forward, it'll be an interesting dynamic with Obi. So I'm trying to figure out how that's going to work. But I don't know. To me, that's an interesting kind of thing. Just to look, like I say, I don't think he'll be playing 38 minutes a game when Obi comes back, which might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. But it would mean that we're going to have this. Offensively, Tom Thibodeau needs to find out some kind of way to build a functioning type of offense without Julius Randle on the court. Like he has to find some way to generate offense that doesn't involve Julius Randle. Yeah. Because we're so heavy on Julius Randle doing everything that when God, like I said, God forbid, I mean, he has like a hamstring issue or
we're paralyzed.
Something that. What is his team going to do? What is Elfrid Payton going to do? That's what I feel sorry for the most. Like, what is Elfrid Payton going to do? Because he's going to be even more useless. So that's all. And although people keep saying that he came in, in great, terrific shape, these are more minutes than Julius Randle's ever played in his career. And you can tell, even though it's only 10 games, that it is taking a toll on him.
It is.
Already, and we're just 10 games in. So, I don't know. I don't know if this level of production is sustainable with him.
Yeah, because...
Ooh, that point was whack.
Last season was the highest amount of minutes Randle ever played, and that was 32.5. But going in previous seasons, 30.6, 26.7, 28. So this is far more than he's ever played, and his body is not used to that, putting up those enormous numbers. Hey, Freezy, I know you're going to take over in a second. Let me just do one last a shout out to the chat. We're at 97 likes. Please, 3 more to hit that magic 100. We have 119 people in the chat. And again, thanks everyone. Really appreciate all your support. So please remember to hit those likes, subscribe, remind the bell so you don't miss out on any Knicks at Night, Knicks Morning Drive broadcast, and share this link on your favorite social media platforms so we can grow the Lawrence Tears family. And thanks again for helping us get over the 1,230 subscriber milestone. 1,500, here we come. We greatly appreciate it. And again, my last shout out of the night to the best mods the Lord's ever made, Bodega Wi-Fi, the new Knicks, and Simasing. So you ready to take over for now with the marathon?
You ain't gonna shout out your main man, Uncle Freezy?
I am going. I was about to.
Oh, now I gotta pull my shit tonight.
Always a shout out to you, Freeze. Always a shout out.
I gotta pull out my Suge Knight thing. You want to be an artist, come to Death Row? You want me?
Yeah, you'll be treating me like Vanilla Ice, holding me upside down outside a window.
Great job. Hey, great job.
Yeah, well, thanks. So everyone, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see how we do against hey Chuck, didn't you give the prediction a week or so ago that we were going to have a losing streak?
This is it.
Yeah, I thought
we were going to start like 1-9.
I went game by game. But recently,
but you thought we were going to lose every game, like the first 8.
No.
Why don't you show some love to my Chuck, man?
You know what I'm saying? Why you hating on me, B?
Why you hating on the team?
No, that's not hate. That's realism. I'm being realistic. I'm trying to help y'all out.
I asked Chuck specifically. I said, "Hey, Chuck, going into every game, the first 8 games, he was like, no, I didn't even win any of them. So he thought we were going to start 0-8. We were 5-3 at that point in time.
Yeah. Well, Chuck, I'm proud to be part of your fan club. So let me put it that way.
Thank you, sir.
So everyone have a great night. As always, it's a pleasure. God bless you. Love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow night, everyone. Love your family in the chat. I'll be talking to you soon, and thanks for all your kind words. Take care, everyone.
All right.
Bye, Steven. God bless you.
Freezy just went. I guess he did the Freezy thing, what he does. So anyone want to talk about tomorrow's game? Since it's a back-to-back, I guess there's no in between.
We're going to lose tomorrow and against the Nets.
Oh, what a love of peach. So let me ask you a question. Are we going to win another game this season?
We might beat the Cavs on the 15th. Yeah.
Chuck think we're going to go 6-66 the rest of the way. So thanks, Chuck.
Coming in, I had us 22 wins. I had us coming in. But I did bet money on 28. So I had 22 wins.
I want to talk about
I did say you would go either.
I can guarantee that you have yet to actually pay any kind of attention to Charlotte. So why do you think, other than just hating on the Knicks, do you think we're going to lose to Charlotte? Like I said, I know you haven't paid any attention to them.
I sure have.
I'm sure you have not.
I'm sure I have. Rozier and Hayward balling.
Rozier just came back though, right?
He played 10 games.
He played 10. Damn. But no. He was out with the thumb injury, wasn't he?
No, that was Hayward.
Oh, Hayward. Yeah,
Hayward was out.
Right.
For a little bit. So yeah, Hayward hasn't played all 10 games.
Yes, he has.
Nah, he hasn't.
Yeah.
Hayward was out all 10. Nah, Hayward was out.
Hayward played all 10 games.
Let me look at this.
No, bro, that can't be true, bro. He was out.
Hey, Chuck is saying it. Believe it.
Oh wow, no, that's not.
Chuck. Don't let me bring up the non-restricted area argument I saw on Twitter. Don't make me bring that up, Chuck.
Hey,
don't let me bring that up, Chuck.
The what?
The non-restricted area argument or correction you had on Twitter.
Oh, that was no.
Don't let me bring that up, Chuck. You can't be inaccurate.
No, they read that the way they wanted to read it.
But Chuck, no, I don't think Gordon Hayward. Well,
I hate to admit that Chuck is right, but Chuck is right. Gordon Hayward played all 10 games.
Bro, was he out with a thumb injury?
He did. I don't know if he wore a splint, but he did break it. I don't know if he missed any games, but it says Gordon Hayward played all 10 games.
Actually, you can't even look up Gordon Hayward injury. He has like 30 of them. Hold up.
No, yeah, but it says he's played 10 games.
What defense? Well, they're gonna play one, so it doesn't even matter. Who they got? Miles Bridges.
So that's our lineup is Devontae Graham, Terry Rozier, Hayward, PJ Washington, and
Biyombo.
Because Cody Zeller is out for the year, or at least out for a couple months. So Julius Randle on PJ Washington should have a pretty. I mean, PJ Washington's kind of undersized. I don't think he's all that big.
Well, so if EP could get leverage on if you're gonna start Devontae Graham is what, 6'1"?
I don't trust Elfrid Payton getting off on anybody.
I'm just saying, man, if he could, he's had games where he gave you those 20-some points a night. If he could slash, if he could just keep to that, I mean, maybe. But
let me look at
that guy gets on my freaking nerves, though. Like, do y'all see? He just slows up the freaking game. It's like, he's so freaking annoying, man. So freaking annoying. I hate his game, man.
Let me see what Charlotte's doing offensively and defensively this season.
Can't shoot, slows up the.
I think
5-5 also.
I think RJ's going to have a good game.
Who's going to?
Terry Rozier is definitely undersized. I'll give him that.
Gordon Hayward will be on RJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
I give you. Well, yeah. If I was a coach, I'll put Hayward on.
Oh, whoa! Our backcourt and our wings players should eat.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's that. Well, I take that back. They're probably gonna play zone. But even still, that top of that zone, if they play 2-3, would be what? PJ, Graham, and
Rozier.
Oh, Rozier, my bad. I forgot.
Yeah.
I got
come off the bench. My bad. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So they average 108 points a game. They're 11th in the league in scoring, and defensively, they're not good defensively.
What's their pace? You know their pace because Dotto M is saying that they're the complete opposite of us.
I mean, I can see how they would probably like to be up and down and shoot a lot of threes with their personnel. I don't know what their pace is. I can look it up.
Hold on.
I know they're one of the worst defensive teams.
Hey, we ran into that with OKC, and look what happened.
No, this is true. If history repeats itself, their guards are going to kill us.
I can definitely see the shooters killing us. Hold up. So with regards to pace, they are 8th. Oof.
I'm gonna say it again. If RJ looks to pass, I think we have a chance, man.
But RJ does look.
Hey, watch yourself.
More.
Watch yourself.
But hold up. You see, Ralph, you're not fair because you the same person that said that he doesn't, and then when I mentioned back a few games ago or several games ago, he's averaging like.
I didn't say he doesn't.
You said that you want to be like Ben Simmons.
Some games he knows, some games he doesn't. Some games he does, but some games I have said that. Look, I even said it today. I like his passing. There's been days that games that I've been saying that I like RJ passing the ball, getting 5 assists, 4 assists. Yeah, but there are games too where the ball just it sticks with him. So I'm not gonna act like that doesn't exist too. Like the ball sticks with him, but sometimes he has games where.
The thing about that, RJ doesn't even get the ball for the majority of the time. He doesn't get the ball as like the first or primary ball handler in sets. It's usually Payton. Like when RJ gets the ball, he's getting it from the wing and trying to make something happen. You pass out. I'm not saying he plays the fastest pace, but like I don't think I may be wrong, but I hardly see him as like the guy setting up the offense right after you step over the half court line. You know what I mean? And you mentioned to Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is another animal. That's just a oversized freaking beast who can't shoot, but who's a point guard, oversized point guard, right?
Well, the thing is about Ben Simmons is that he first started as a small forward, then he started transitioning to being the point guard. Like he had, it took him a while, from what because remember
they had NBA though. He came in the NBA as a point guard.
Right, but I remember they had TJ McConnell. And they also had Ben Simmons. And Ben Simmons, from what I remember, if my memory is correct, he was a small forward, and then eventually,
I think they always had Ben Simmons as a point guard because he was that at LSU, right?
No,
he wasn't a point guard at LSU.
No, that stupid LSU coach had him play power forward.
You see,
but the thing is he did not develop into a point guard in the NBA. He was the number 1 point guard in high school as a freshman at 6'3", and just continued to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow.
But when he came to the Pieces Freeze, he was a point guard, right? I don't remember.
But was he playing the 3 or was he not playing the 3?
No. At LSU, he played power forward. I think he may have been. I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying what I'm saying is at LSU he played power forward. And then teams thought that he would be a power forward in the NBA. But as soon as Brett Brown got him, he told the press like there's a new tallest point guard ever, and his name is Ben Simmons. As soon as he got him in training camp day 1, and he broke his foot day 1, playing transitioning to or playing point guard in training camp, and that's the reason why he missed his first season. So. Yeah, but he was a point guard day 1. Like he's the fastest dude on the team at 6'10".
I never remember them develop him as that type of player.
No.
But yeah, I mean they got shooting.
Well, like I said,
let me not lie. Let me look at the rankings and be correct.
I mean, they have between Rozier, Graham, Hayward, Bridges,
and Washington,
Ball will shoot it up. I don't know.
They're all shooting over 35% at like 2 or 3 threes a game. So this is going to be one of those games where we're going to see that theory that we're not really, chasing the shooters, and the shooters are just having bad games against us. So this is going to be one of those games where we're going to see that come to fruition, or the Knicks are going to have to step up and actually get to that 3-point line, because these guys are gunning from 3 right now.
Yeah, and actually it'll be really interesting on defensive matchups, like how are we going to defend? Because do you want to put RJ on Terry Rozier, or do you want to put RJ defensively on Gordon Hayward? Because Rozier is shiftier and faster than RJ.
I'd rather have RJ on Gordon Hayward. Hayward's a little bit more linear. I think I've seen Rozier. Look, he could go crazy, but I've also seen him shoot teams out of games. So I think you want to force him to have one of those type of games where it's high volume and inefficient. I haven't seen him this year, so I can't say and pontificate about that. But Gordon Hayward was just such a solid shooter. Now, offensively, they don't rank well in terms of their ratings. They're 25th offensive ratings. They are number 1 in assists, so they're gonna pass the rock. Number 9 offensive rebounds, so that might hurt us because I thought we were actually, I think, like middling.
So Todd should be back tomorrow, right?
See, I asked the question: how long do you have to be out for the initial COVID protocol?
I think it's 14 days, right?
I thought it was 10.
I thought it was
for the initial.
If you have it, but
yeah, I think for the initial coming into a team, it might be 10. I'm not 100% certain. It could be less than that because they got him for death, and you would think that they would have thought they would have got him back. But it hasn't been a report saying this is when he's going to report. So I don't know. Hopefully, but this is a game. Actually, this would be a game to test Julius. You might see a little bit decline if PJ Washington is going to be out on the perimeter. You might need a more collective effort on rebounding because I don't want Julius to leave PJ Washington wide open and you see him have to continuously recover. So I would like to see more rebounds from Mitch because he's going to be guarding Biyombo most of the night. Right. So there's no reason for him to leave the paint at all.
So we got any other 6'9" guys that can rebound? 6'9", 6'10" guys that can rebound?
We still got
Nerlens Noel, maybe?
He got pushed around today, boy.
Oh, he is.
When is that? Did we got any other 6'9" guys? What about Obi? When's Obi come back?
Yeah. It don't even sound like Obi. From what I heard today, it doesn't sound like Obi's gonna be back anytime soon. Because he's only on 1-on-0 drills right now.
Here's my thing. I think we need to move, and this might be crazy, but I think we need to move Julius Randle to center. I think he's ready to be. I think he's strong. I mean,
who's playing your 4?
I mean, as soon as Obi comes back, I think he should play the.
Who's playing your 4 now?
Now, I mean, I guess Kevin Knox.
I would guess. I'd rather put Elfrid Barrett at power forward before I put Knox.
I would probably maybe if you want to put RJ Barrett, put at the 4, and then you could bring
RJ Barrett.
I'm not gonna play semantics. I'm not gonna play semantics because it's gonna turn into a war.
It's not semantics. It's
no. I was just gonna say Kevin Knox, and then the whole Kevin Knox and Reggie Bullock, and I'm like,
oh man.
What?
Hey, welcome to the Knox at Night podcast.
No, I'm saying what 4 in this league is RJ Barrett gonna guard?
I said. Well, I think he could go against. I think Miles Bridges is playing the 4 because I know
Miles Bridges plays a 3.
You do not want RJ playing the 4, bro.
Yeah, I know.
So then put Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox at the 4.
Yeah, but see, God, when you say things like I feel Randle has to play the 5, you have to have your team set out already to just.
I just think if because PJ Washington, I think they're pushing him to play center. So I feel like if Julius Randle could play center, I think it's better than seeing Nerlens Noel get pushed around. It's better than
it's more about what best fits the zone because they're going to play zone against tomorrow. They're not going to straight up man. So obviously Randle is going to be low post, pinch post, whatever it would be. Again, I feel like I wish RJ would play as a zone breaker, have Payton, Bullock, and that. Well, damn.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, you can't play it.
Can you substitute Randle? Yeah.
Damn, maybe if we had Christian Wood. I'm only joking before somebody kills me, but you got Randle play outside.
I think Randle as center is becoming one of the something that's been growing on me. And I was trying to have that conversation with Chuck. I'm like, yo, Chuck. I mean, I can see Randle still produce the same numbers as a center of the Knicks. I think he's.
I'll say this tomorrow. You could get away with. I can see Mitch not playing that much tomorrow, depending on how Charlotte comes out. Because I don't think that Biyombo is going to be playing that much, so I can see a lot of small ball with Julius at the 5 tomorrow.
I think Biyombo plays like I thought he played.
I think I'm starting to really think like long term, Julius Randle could just be our starting center. Our own version, and I'm not trying to compare him to Jokic, but like as our own passing center, like. And
he really is a passing big man, but
he's a passing big man.
If you're gonna have him do that, I think you're gonna need a rim protector, somebody to help rebound, because you don't want Randle exerting himself.
The thing is about putting rim protectors; they get pushed out. They're either too skinny or they get pushed. So
Biyombo plays about 26 minutes a game. But here's my thing. I trust Julius. Here's my thing. I'd rather have Julius Randle matched up against Biyombo. Because I know that offensively, Biyombo is not going to be doing anything. So you're not going to get him really exerting himself on the defensive end to where he has to be out on the perimeter on PJ Washington, which is another reason why I can see them playing small. Because Biyombo's only 6'9" himself.
Well, why we don't have another 6'9" guy? Man, this is ridiculous.
I'm sure we have one somewhere on the roster.
I wish we had a 6'9" guy that could get on the boards, man, and do something.
It'd be one thing if you had an Obi here, and I'm saying Obi as a developing or developed product, not now. If you had a guy like Obi who could space the floor, but again, you really have no defense, no. I don't know. It's just tough with Obi and Randle in your backcourt. I'm sorry,
they tried that in the preseason. It didn't look good.
No,
they tried it in spurts, and it really didn't look good with the two of them on the court.
Who never knows?
Defensively, the paint was porous. I think they tried it.
They tried it in the season.
Yeah, one of the. I think who was it?
They did a pick and pop. It was I think I want to say
against the Pistons, I believe.
Yeah, they did a pick and pop play, and Obi drove. He faked the shot, drove. He threw a floater. It looked good, but he missed. I remember that play, but yeah. And other than that,
so I was gonna just jump in and say, listen, man, if we can't match up with them by going small or doing, why not just go big? Why not just go in the opposite direction? And the reason why I say that is because of this. When we go small, the only guarantee is that Julius Randle is gonna find more shooters, and at the same time that our shooters are going to continue to miss, and long rebounds creates opportunities in transition for the team to go the other way in odd man breaks. That's if the defense catches the long rebound. The thing we do seem to have is against this team, the advantage is size and toughness on the inside. So why not go in that direction? And also I got to have another thing too. It's 10 games too early for me to want to fire Tom Thibodeau.
No, man, I would have fired Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah,
that's way too early. Right?
Thibodeau wasn't my choice as coach, but I wouldn't say let's go and fire him right now.
You
still got to pay him for 4 more years, right?
Right. I know. I know the Tom Thibodeau take is excessive, but we saw some stuff tonight from Tom Thibodeau that you felt like, hey, does this dude have a clue? Because calling timeouts, recognizing and calling timeout is one thing, but the adjustment you come with after the timeout is something else. Like the last 2 games, we legit could not put a bandage on the thing that was hurting us, especially Oklahoma City. You know what I'm saying? He would call timeout when. Tonight, Gary Harris got up a shot over 3 of our bigs, went in and got the rebound, and looked at the putback, but decided not to and dribbled it out. So I'm like, wait a minute. So he shot the ball, went in amongst the trees, got the rebound, looked at the rim, decided not to shoot it, and dribbled the ball back out. And I think he kicked it out to somebody for 3, and they missed. But my thing was, how does a 6'4" guard go in amongst our trees, grab a rebound, right? Look at the rim, and I don't know if he pump faked or not, but it looked like he was going to do something. Decided to otherwise to do something else.
Was it Noel in there, not Mitch? Was that Noel?
It was a bunch of big guys, man. Because Clyde almost lost it.
Why?
Clyde,
you guys are now. Look what you started, Freezy, in the chat. Now people talking about Fizdale, Tibbs is coaching like Fizdale. Look what you did, bro. Yeah, I got.
Hey, man, I'll be honest with you.
Stop.
I'll be honest with you. This RJ Barrett and Elfrid Payton shooting streak is not just on Elfrid Payton and RJ Barrett. At some point, Thibodeau, you got to start calling plays, calling something to get us some good shots. Because I saw we played mad unselfish tonight. We played. Like every time down, we were like 5, 6, 7 passes, before we get a shot up. But bruh, come on. I mean, we're playing unselfish, but we're not knocking down shots at a quality NBA level. I think we're last in the league in scoring already. I mean, come on,
yeah,
come on,
close to it, 29th.
right? And with 0 fast break points.
Well, but that's
I mean,
if we can, here's a good question: do you play to the town around you, or do you play to your system?
That's an excellent question, man. And I thought about that. That's
an Adam Gase question.
Oh, stop! Hey, whoa! Watch it! Whoa!
We don't know.
That name around here, bro. We don't mention
that's some of the Adam Gase. I'm gonna fit my system in regardless.
No,
I don't care who on my team. You're gonna play in my system. That's what Adam Gase says.
Don't bring that up.
Are we saying that Tom Thibodeau is going down Adam Gase Avenue?
No, Jerry. You remember Jerry Manuel? The dude that used to manage the Mets?
Of course.
After Willie Randolph? That's a Jerry Manuel question. He'll
make you go insert.
He looks tired, but I believe in his heart. Hey, dog. Yeah. No, this dude's exhausted, bro. Go to the bullpen. What's wrong with you? This dude is under the mound is soaking wet from sweat, bro. Go get this guy out the game. What are you talking about, Jerry?
Every post game, people be like, "Yo, did you understand what the hell Jerry's talking about?" I was like, "Nope." Go in circles. You ask him a simple question, he'll give you like a parable that has nothing to do with anything.
Hey, I'll tell you this much. If Jerry Manuel was coaching Tampa, they would have won the World Series this year.
Well.
Hey. I was coaching Tampa, they would have.
Yeah. You think Jerry Manuel would have took Tony Snell out? Snell was still in there right now.
No,
Tony Snell would have still been up there right now. It's only 327 pitches, bro. I mean, these guys are young. But anyway, man. So I wanted to say something, man, and just jump in. I don't want to change the subject. I want to get back to it, but I wanted to interject something. So I heard Kev W say something about John Starks, right? About John Starks in Game 7. No, listen, I'm not starting the beef. They just hit me out. So I heard what you said about John Starks in Game 7, right? And people are like, oh, John Starks ruined my childhood. John Starks did this. Why didn't they put in Rolando Blackman? Why didn't they put in Hubert Davis? Why did they just go away from Starks or whatever? And so when people ask me what the definition of Lawrence tears is that moment that Kev went through about an hour and a half ago about how his Knicks was right there on the precipice, right down the precipice. You could taste the championship.
Hold on. No, I'm not gonna lie. Is Freezy literally trying to change the narrative that he ducked Kevin Wright yesterday by giving us this long story about what Barrett?
We
know what Barrett is. We don't nobody statement. We need you to fight Kevin Wright.
I don't duck anybody. This is Kev W's show. I don't duck nobody. You know what I'm saying?
He's slick. He's about to tell us this long-winded story about how
Lawrence Tears.
No,
Lawrence Tears. That's the reason.
No,
Lawrence Tears. Like, yo. So I was a shorty, right, when the Mets lost to the Oakland A's, right?
What's that? Anything Lawrence says? Watch.
Okay, so the Mets lose in the World Series to the Oakland A's. So all the kids my age, we cried like babies because we wanted to. Because it's 69, man. Come on, dog.
Dog. Is calling you out. They're like, yo, you trying to change this around. Come on, bro.
Nah, Lawrence is.
Man.
So Raphael, how'd you feel in 99 when the Knicks lost the championship to the Spurs?
And that's actually one of the best teams, man. That was a tough one. I think after that, I kind of stopped watching the Knicks. I'm like, I had to take a break. But that was
so you were hurt. Lawrence tears, blue and orange tears. You were hurt. The Knicks lost.
I was more hurt in '94 than because I knew we were gonna win the championship. I was like, I knew in '99. I was like, we had a good. I wasn't even expecting us to get to that point.
Yeah, that was all. Yeah.
But I was happy. The happiest moment of my Knicks fandom was when Allen used to hit that floater. When Allen used to hit that floater,
Oh,
that was by far the happiest I had ever been as a Knicks fan.
Dog. What I'm saying was, what's the feeling like as a as a Mets fan? As a Mets fan, I saw the Mets lose to the Kansas City Royals, right?
I saw
get away with this. Why? Get Freezy to fight. No, Freezy, you're not gonna do this.
I was enjoying the soliloquy. He's talking about the Mets.
He's talking about the Mets. He's talking about all this stuff.
I know. I like the Mets. He was lulling me to sleep over here. I was loving when we were going down. He was talking about the Mets and how good we were doing. We should have beat the Kansas City Royals. Keep going.
Yeah.
That's a game where they should have took Matt Harvey out way before.
No, if Duda doesn't throw that ball away coming home. Remember the throw
like this. Jerry's Familia is I think he was always thought he's an overrated pitcher. You probably would have lost either way. You keep Matt Harvey and you bring in Jerry's. Jerry's was freaking terrible. I hate that guy. He was overrated.
Bummy quick pitch, yo.
Yeah.
That dude would give it. He had no control. Had a great splitter, but couldn't locate for strike. It couldn't locate his fastball for strikes. I hated Jerry's. The biggest culprit of that game was freaking Daniel Murphy. All those freaking errors he had at
yeah.
So
you can't kill Murphy though. We were there because of Murphy. So
we were there. Daniel Murphy was one of my favorite hitters of all time, man. He changed his swing. I still remember he had a triple against the Cubs, and we couldn't bring him home. It was like maybe the year before, whatever, or a few years before. But Daniel Murphy was terrible fielder though.
Terrible.
This is the most excited I've been about the Mets since that season.
Yeah. Because I remember we played the Giants the year after, but it was that one game play-in.
I can't wait for the regular season to start now. I might go get me a Lindor jersey.
Oh yeah,
no doubt.
For Springer.
I don't even want Springer. I want Jackie Bradley Jr.
I don't know. He's all right.
I don't want to. Because if we get Jackie Bradley Jr., then we can get Brad Hand. Then that'll help the bullpen. We have no left
help the bullpen.
But we already have a Jackie Bradley Jr. and Juan Lagares. Yeah.
Juan Lagares.
He's not even on the team anymore.
Every other year when he makes an amazing catch but rolls over his thumb because he sticks his glove out. Like dogs, Juan Lagares' time is gone. His came in the way.
No, I'm saying if that's what you want, it's in the field. Just all defense and no offense.
Jackie Bradley Jr. had a good year.
Was a budget Andy Chavez. I don't want to hear that.
Wasn't Jackie Bradley a gold glove?
Yeah. And so was Juan Lagares.
But his hitter went down though. Jackie Bradley's hitter went down, right? He's like
no, his actually is going up. Actually, last year was his best offensive season since 17.
Hey, I don't trust that in a free agent yet.
I thought he dropped. I could have sworn he dropped. Hold on, let me check.
I don't. Hey, inflated stats in a free agent. I'm always careful for that.
So I give him that. He went from 267, 245, 234, 225 to 283. He had his OPS was all right.
It's hard to evaluate last season though. They were playing under a different set of circumstances.
Right.
Listen, sign me up for Jackie Bradley Jr. Because here's my thing: if you're gonna have, because if the National League is not gonna have a DH,
they better have a DH.
And you're gonna have Dominic Smith in left field.
Then
I want someone who's gonna cover more ground in center, and that's Jackie
Bradley.
Bradley.
Has some injury concerns too,
bro. And I'm here to tell you. I think this thing. Yeah, I think this. What we really need to be looking at is Pete Alonso. What?
What's wrong with Pete?
Well, his biggest issue, he has an issue with breaking balls, especially slider.
Yep, it's just slider, right?
He needs somebody to work with him on his pitch recognition because last year he was guessing a lot.
Sounds like Sanchez.
Yeah, Gary Sanchez. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hate his swing. It's like all or nothing. It's just sloppy and lazy. But
the thing with Alonso is his rookie year. I mean, I guess you could say he guessed right, and pitchers didn't really know. Because if you throw a fastball, Alonso, he's gonna catch it. He's gonna get it every time. He just has to have more. He does have to have more recognition, but I guess that will come in time. I mean, this is third year.
But look how bad he was, Kevin. You threw the slider at him, right? You throw a slider at him second strike. He was strike. I don't know the strikeout rate, but I saw him swing at a lot of fastballs that he missed because you set him up. Because like he literally second strike, he's guessing up there. You know what I mean? And they do that to every good rookie that can hit.
Did we get a new hitting coach this year? I think we did. I think we did.
You said, did we what?
Got a new hitting coach. But also, it's kind of misleading because we had a really good offense last year. Like our offense was really good, and I'm pretty sure Alonso was playing cleanup. But I don't know who was behind him last year. Like who was behind Alonso last year?
With O'Neal? Who was O'Neal? O'Neal started out leading off, I believe, and then
it was like either lead off or second. So I don't, and I think Conforto was third.
Perfect.
No, was it Cano?
Conforto?
No, it was a Cano.
Cano. I think Cano batted sixth.
No, because Cano was out, right? Wasn't he out for it?
No, Cano played last year.
No, he played the entire season.
I'm saying, but he started the season with an injury.
He sure did. Yeah, he sure. Yeah.
This guy said them Cincinnati Reds is better, and that's saying a lot. What?
What?
You had Trevor Bauer, and I don't even. Do y'all still have Joey Votto? Even though Joey Votto was a good is he even still in the league, Joey Votto?
Yeah.
C-Mac said we're still paying Cano, not this year. He's suspended.
Yeah,
without pay.
I'm all on the. Hopefully, I'm not a big fan of JD Davis. There's rumors we might get Chris Bryant. I think that'll be if we got Chris Bryant. You go ahead and give us that trophy right now.
I don't know what his
Lawrence Tears. See, that's the thing. If we get Chris Bryant, you can send us a trophy. And then in October it's Lawrence Tears.
I don't know what JD Davis's UZR was, but he was all right at third, if I remember.
He's awful defensively.
Yeah.
No, he's awful.
He's awful.
He's off on the left, but I remember the hot corner. He wasn't that bad, I don't think. I might be totally wrong.
He's bad. He's bad.
Yeah, he was bad. Yeah, he was bad at third. Rosario was bad at third. Bad at short too, by the way.
Yeah,
if we get Chris Bryant, just imagine that lineup. Good Lord.
Lawrence Tears. That's what he goes. I'm telling you, Cam W gonna be on here, and Cam W gonna be like, and I'm telling you, in January it's like if we get Chris Bryant, and then in October. And then in October, we're gonna be like, man,
look at Delano still. He said the fact that the Mets were recent in the World Series and there wasn't a big deal made about it. Yes, there was a big deal made about it. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
All the bars in Manhattan, well, at least in freaking Murray Hill, where I was watching the games, like everybody was going crazy for the Mets.
Yeah, man.
The key to next season to me is not even offensively is when Noah Syndergaard does come back. What are we going to get out of him? Because Noah Syndergaard is the key.
And he's a free agent.
If Noah Syndergaard is the key, then I don't know.
Then
He's coming straight off Tommy John.
You
aren't expecting much from him.
Because
that happened at the beginning of training camp, right?
Power because you feel Noah Syndergaard's gonna come back.
Nah,
Steven. So our starting lineup is what? Pitchers of what? You got
DeGrom, Carrasco now.
Carrasco. You got
Roman, Peterson.
The F Matt. I'm sorry. I mean,
put him in the bullpen. You ain't coached that F.
I'm going Mats. I've seen enough of Mats, Mister. I'll get you to the third inning and give up 7 runs and what?
So he'll give up 7 runs or like 2 hits. It'd be like the strangest. You literally will go to the refrigerator and come back, and you're like 7-0.
Zach Will used to do the same thing. That's why I want to get rid of Zach Will. Zach Will give you 4 strong innings. All right, let's get to the 5th. He'll give up 5 runs. I'm like, yo, what the?
What? You like, yo, I'm gonna legit go grab me a bottle of water and come back, and you down 5-0. You like, what the?
He gotta go to the bullpen and find the stuff again.
But that's why. Because here's one thing: if you look at the National League, you're only really worried about. Well, now you're worried about the Dodgers still. The Padres, I don't know how they got Snell and Darvish in like 48 hours.
And they got my boy, man, the shortstop.
Tatis.
That dude is a freaking beast, man.
Yeah, no, this is what's weird. And I was saying this the other day with one of my coworkers. I was like, I'm not that old. I'm really not. I'll be 35 this month.
Yeah. And I was like, dog, you 35?
You talk like a old singing like.
I thought you 35.
I'm not even 35 yet. I'll be 35 on the 27th.
Smoke.
Yeah, you old dog.
But the fun is, I was like, I remember watching Fernando Tatis and Vladimir Guerrero play.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, y'all sons are stars, and like, wait a minute, no, because I remember Vlad and Jose Vidro was my man.
Jose Vidro.
Jose Vidro. He played second base for the Expos. He was I know Guerrero and Vidro.
Yeah.
I thought it was Fernando. Fernando Vina was Tigers. I think. My bad.
Brewers. Fernando Vina, Brew, Albert
the one that got
that's one to me. Everybody keeps talking about the Golden Age of shortstop. That was like the Golden Age of second base because you had Kent, Vidro, Edgardo Alfonso, Roberto Alomar.
Yeah.
I can't. Even Chuck Knobloch before he couldn't find first base.
Craig Baggio was that second.
Craig Biggio.
How about some Kaz Matsui?
After that opening night, I was like, beast, and it was just
they overhyped Kaz Matsui.
Yes.
They made it seem like he was a player.
Yes, they were like, so we're gonna put this Spanish kid Jose Reyes at second base, so that Kaz Matsui can play shortstop. He's the shortstop of the future. And I was like,
that was off the Matsui hype, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like nah.
I don't know who had more hype, Kaz Matsui or Jeremy Lin.
Oh wow!
Oh, Kaz, because Jeremy Lin was like out of nowhere. He was like, because remember, get a Japanese player, you got to pay the fee or whatever the posting fee or whatever. And then, you know who? I mean, they had and the Yankees had a few overhyped Japanese. Well, who's that? The pitcher?
Not Hideki Matsui.
Matsui got a pan out.
Yeah, Hideki Matsui was good.
He could hit. No, they had remember they brought in a pitcher. He had like a baby face, and he like never got past the minor league.
Chen Ming Wang.
No. That was
Chen Ming Wang.
No, that guy with Chen Ming Wang was Taiwanese. He was actually decent when he was healthy, but they had
the only person I can think of is like Chan Ho Park, but I don't even think he played for the Yankees.
Not Chan.
I don't even know why Chan Ho Park popped up in my head for some reason.
They found him. They said Igawa. Igawa was a pitcher. No, wasn't he?
I think it was Keigawa.
Keigawa. That's him.
Keigawa. Yep, it was Keigawa. Yep. Yeah, his record with the Yankees 2-3, 6.25 ERA, and 13 starts. They paid, they paid $26 million for the bid, and then to pay him a 5 year. I thought they paid him more than that. Now, I remember Deki Urabu too. Yep, Deki Urabu.
And this is 20 years later. I still don't understand. And maybe somebody can help me. How Chuck Knobloch could not find first base
because he stopped taking steroids.
Yeah.
He was throwing the ball in the stands.
He had the yips. I get that when I go play golf. Like
I remember Tino Martinez is looking at him like
dog. I'm not 13 foot tall. I'm big. I'm a big guy, but I'm not 13 foot tall, dog.
Can someone go Delano still? That Yankees World Series. I was expecting Yankees to win. I'm not mad over it. It's just the Yankees to me. I was just never. I don't even hate the Yankees. I hate the Braves more than the Yankees. I hate the Phillies more than anybody.
I hate
and Worth. Even though they don't play the same time.
That's why I hate the Yankees. The way they messed up Parkin in the Bronx is terrible.
Yeah.
I don't. The Yankees. I feel like most Yankee fans are just like fair weather, just kind of like, there's no life to. I've been to not to the new one. I've been to the old Yankee stadium for the game stuff. This is boring. Like I hated it. Trash.
So Kev, now you see what I'm talking about Florence Tears is basically what I'm getting at. Like we're going to the precipice with the Knicks or the Mets and have your heart snatched out is what I'm talking about. It's like this. It's like this deal. Like
Kevin with this story, Freezy. Freezy, just what? Freezy, stop this, Freezy.
As soon as Steve Cohen bought the Mets, they automatically were number one on my most trusted team list.
Oh yeah,
right.
They literally jumped it. As soon as Steve Cohen was like, "Let me go ahead and give me a pen, let me sign these papers on the Wilpons." I'm like, I trust this team more than more than the Knicks and the Jets.
I'm gonna head out, guys.
He got
okay. All right.
He got Sandy Alderson, which I thought was excellent because Sandy Alderson I thought did a bang job
I read an article about Sandy Alderson and his style. The thing I like about Sandy Alderson is, and they were reading the article. Sandy Alderson is about flash. He likes the showmanship of the game.
Yes,
and it's like, you know, so him getting Francisco Lindor, who is a character, I was like, okay, that fits in what you want to do, and because, you know, he was the, you know, orchestrated the Bash Brothers and all. Yeah. So he's really about the show, putting on a show in baseball. Does that mean that he's not the biggest spender? And so I always thought that philosophy was going to clash, because I think Steve Cohen doesn't mind spending.
No.
But Sandy Alderson's never been like, I'm going to go there and I'm just going to spin.
I think he's responsible. I think that he got hamstrung by the Wilpons.
Yeah.
But he was brought in to clean them up, because the Wilpons were a mess. That's why they hate him, because he was brought in by was Selig still the guy when Wilpon? I think Selig was.
Yeah, that's one of the first things Selig did. Selig was going to get them out of baseball. He was going to get the Wilpons out of baseball, and Major League Baseball had to loan the Wilpons money to make payroll. They were so broke and destitute from that Bernie Madoff thing that they basically had to get a loan from Major League Baseball.
Because mind you, the Wilpons should have sold the team like 7-8 years ago, and they held on.
But you know, here's what I say. Fred Wilpon, I think, understood, like, yo, we need to sell. It's Jeff Wilpon, because Jeff Wilpon he's like a baseball mind. Because remember, David Einhorn was the first one he tried to get a minority share, and I think he's trying to get on the path to owning them. And they screwed him over. And this is like, dogs, you guys are broke. Like, you guys need. And Fred Wilpon was trying to build his estate, because, you know, he's older. He's probably, you know, going to pass on in a few years. Right. And it was Jeff Wilpon who reneged on the initial Cohen deal. And it's like, dogs, y'all don't have money. I'm giving you $2.2 billion, but Jeff Wilpon wanted it so that he had 5 more years of control.
Really?
So he can have a revenue stream for 5 more years. A revenue stream.
Yeah, the person who really got him out is Saul Katz. Saul Katz is like, look, I'm out of here.
Yep. Right.
Now, I don't know I think he got the Fred. It's like, look, I'm out. You need to get Jeff to be like, look, now we need to get something now.
Right. And even so let me ask you, hey, I'm a bounce back and get back on the phone or whatever, and do it from that way. I just wanted to jump on the video chat here just to let Kev W know that I'm not dodging him. You know what I'm saying? just to let the fans know that if Kev W ever wants some smoke about a real topic, he can get
John Starks not a real topic. I think you know that's a losing. Just admit that John Starks is a losing. It's something you just can't win at. Like, you can't win.
Thank you.
He
knows he's trying to make it, like, he's trying to talk about, yo, we're friends again. Well, you guys didn't stop being friends. Like, what are you talking about?
No, this is Kev W show. This is Foxy and Kev W. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Freezy, what topic would you debate Kevin W on? Because you just said something about, like, finding time. What topic would you debate Kevin W on? Because you know that Starks argument, he's going to kill you. So
I don't see myself really in a class with Kev W. I think Kev W needs to get his weight up, get some W's on his ledger.
So wait a minute, are you admitting that John Starks is a losing argument for you?
No. What I'm admitting is that in this debate class, there's layers to this. There's a Legion of Knicks, Uncle Freezy, Chuck B class, and then and maybe Sports Vibes TV if he keep it up. Who knows?
The sports. Why can't you? So let me ask you this question. Then why can't you debate about John Starks?
Hey man. All I'm saying is get your weight up.
You see,
I'm gonna say this is what Q-Tip said. This is what Q-Tip said to dude that wanted to battle him on the street. He said they eat wheat checks, but they still light in the ass and can't flex. That's a line from Q-Tip, by the way.
But you just said I'll debate with me, but then won't debate about this one topic.
Get your weight. Topic? I'm saying down the road in the future, after you eat some wheat checks and get your weight up, you know what I'm saying? Then you can get in this category with Legion Knicks podcast.
Do not bring me into this. I fought whoever you put me in front of. I defeated them.
I know this. I know this. Because you're the Ghostface Killer.
No,
you're the Ghostface Killer.
I am suspending.
I've seen you. Listen, don't do that. Don't do that. I've seen you debate somebody and made them turn on themselves in order not to hear your next point. I saw you do a dude. A dude was like, a dude legit retracted his statement in the middle of a debate because he was embarrassed. He was facing the Ghostface Killer.
Freezy,
right?
Try to butter me up. I'm suspending.
I'm not buttering you up. I hope you lose.
My fighting.
I hope you lose, and I hope you lose bad. I'm not trying to butter you up. What kind of mess is that? You're an egomaniac, man.
Freezy, I'm suspending my license. Fight again. This was disheartening. You were my idol. Look at this.
Nah, man, don't do that, man.
Kevin didn't want to fight you with Kevin Knox. He wanted to fight you on John Starks.
Yeah, I know it, but Cav W is what old timers call lighting the rump when it comes to this debate stage.
So are you trying to say that you would win on a debate against John Starks?
Hey man, listen, man. I will. Hey Cav W, listen. I will debate you about your birth certificate and win.
Okay, so you're gonna debate with John Starks, right?
Right. Cav W, I will debate you about your driver's license and win. Right.
And we can have a debate right now about John Starks.
But you and I are not in the same class. You gotta get your weight up. Beat somebody else. Pick a fight with State or somebody.
But you and I have a philosophical difference of opinion that's deeply rooted about this one topic. Nah.
So here's the thing. So you the star of this show, and I can't embarrass you on this show. You know what I'm saying, like that until you get your weight up.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
If I'm the star of the show and you have set me up to fail previously, then how come you can't do it yourself?
Kev, you Tito Jackson, bro. You Tito.
Wow.
You Tito Jackson. You ain't Mike. Don't you come up here to this mic. You're not even
Gammo, how did I go from the star of the show to Tito?
Right.
Kevin, I'm on your side. I'm trying to get you to battle. He's doing like Canelo is doing right now with Charlo. He's gonna fight all these other useless battles. He's gonna, give the franchise belt. He's not gonna fight you. You're Charlo. You know what I'm saying? If anybody understands freaking boxing,
I know. Hey, Charlo is that guy, but he ain't ready.
Yeah, Charlo is ready in real life.
Okay. Fight him. Like Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
So why would you fight Kevin? He's right there.
Nah, Kev the star. Kev, you just. All right, hey, let me jump off real quick. I'm gonna jump right back on. I'll be on about.
I gotta be out, man. Freezy.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna end it here then. I'll just go ahead and end it here. Y'all okay with that?
Yeah, I'm cool with it. We got another game tomorrow night, so. We'll be
Kev, you get to live another day.
How do I? What?
Hey, Sports Vibes. Hey, thanks for coming through, man. Y'all check out Sports Vibes TV, man. Check out all his stuff. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all smash the like button on those videos. Make sure y'all show my man love on social media. Make sure y'all go out there.
I shouted you out too, Freezy. I went live on my channel today, and I definitely shouted you out.
Oh, hey, that's
loving what you guys are doing over here, and I appreciate you accepting me into the Knicks at Night podcast family.
Yeah,
last time you said I was a guest. I want.
No, you ain't a guest.
You said that's why we couldn't debate last time. You said I was a guest in your house. I respect the space as a guest, but I would like to be accepted as a member of the family.
You the man. You know that. I already sent that to you. I already sent that to you. And
appreciate it.
And in a message. So, hey, Kev W, you get to live for another night. I holla at y'all.